Hey, don't bite me. Ow! Hey, say hi to everybody. Okay, all right. She's being a bitch. Oh shit! I tried to get Nolly on for this one comment. Somebody said, "I hope Nolly's on the stream." Well, I tried. She hates being picked up though. She's a rascal. Come here. We're cooking. Got 49 people in here. What's up, everyone? How we doing? What's up, YZTC? How you doing? How you doing? Take a hit. You know it. Nolly, come here. You guys hear me all right? Everything good audio wise? Come here. Nolly. All right, she's being a bitch. Okay. She knows she is. What'd she do? She just yell at you? Oh my god. Come here. All right, do me a favor. Open that back door for her. All right, let's get this party started. Sounds good. Sounds good. Cool, cool. All right. Real Cookie Cook goes, I'm so happy it's not conspiracy theories again. What am I doing? Buckle up, strap in. Good God. I don't even know the basics. Because I'm so happy it's not conspiracy theories again. Love the channel, but can only take so many crazy people talking as if they know it all, while simultaneously sounding like complete lunatics. Yeah, well, the thing about conspiracy theories is like, I just like to think about it. You know what I mean? I don't actually, like, I think when you first start listening to conspiracy theories, you could be like, oh my God. You like kind of wig out a little bit, but I don't take it like that serious. It's more just fun. So that's how I look at it. But I do get it. Some people talk as if like, nope, the earth is definitely flat. 1,000%. And you're like, okay, dude, lizard people, I get it. So yeah. So I will talk about conspiracy theories now and again. It's called showmanship. You know it. All right. So we're going to have a fun time tonight. You guys see the topics at hand. I'm about to put the link out here in a little bit. If you're new to the live stream, basically, I put a link in the chat. You click it, boom, you're on. And, you can pick from one of those topics. We can get off topic too. Bum, 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 bum. Cats suck anyways. Yeah, sometimes they do. I like cats. I like dogs too, but I don't have a yard. It's bogus, man. I got locked out of my TikTok account. Okay, yeah, well, it's probably a good thing. All right, this one goes, been watching you for quite some time now. Haven't caught a live stream though till now. Cool. Welcome. Get on in here, brother or sister. Ennis. There's another guy named Ennis that's always in here. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Okay. Let's get kooky, have some fun. Your channel is fire. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm gonna put the link out here. I got this guy, Industrial Dave. He's been on the channel before, but basically all of the topics that I put in the description or the title of the video, basically gonna cover all those, and then we'll get a bunch of other people in here. We'll just have some fun with it. Oh yeah, quick update. I guess maybe I should wait till more people in here. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but we did the $200 giveaway. From a previous video, and we have picked someone. But even something that happened that was really cool was the dude who gave me the money to give away. He wants to remain anonymous, but so there was a lot of messages I got that were pretty depressing stuff. So it's kind of hard to just pick one. But I had another dude reach out to me, and he was like, hey, I want to match that to the runner up, whoever's like second place. So this dude ended up giving, I sent them the second place person. I sent them the person's link, and then he ended up sending her $200. So I'll get into that in a little bit when we get some more people in here. Da, da, da. Hey, I discovered your channel about a week ago, and all I've done is binge watched. My girl was rolling her eyes and saying again, yeah, my own girlfriend does that to me. So it's all good. Audio just cut way down. Sounds better. Do I sound okay or not? All right, cool. All right, we got Industrial Dave coming in here. We'll get this party started. Bum, bum, bum. Let me get geared up here. Let's get cooking. Then once we get some more people in here, I'll talk about that $200 giveaway and talk about the people who won. The one chick, I told her, congratulations, you won. And then it's just like, she hasn't even looked at the message. So I'm just kind of like, all right, second place already got the money. It's classic. People helping people. You got to love it. All right. Your channel is rich and robust. Thank you. All right, let's get Industrial Dave in here, and let's laugh at his pain and see get this party started. Everybody waiting in the queue, just be a little patient. Me and Dave might be a little while, but I'll get everybody in. All right, Dave, my boy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What about me? Am I good?
Oh yeah, you sounding crispy, looking crispy. We're chilling.
All right, we chilling. Good deal.
All right, so we got Industrial Dave on the channel. He is, let me see if I can get his background kind of correctly. He is around the age of 34. He lives somewhere in the world. I think somewhere in the United States. He has a background. He is a tradesman, as you can tell from the hat. And you have kids, right?
Yep. Yes, sir. I got my son. He stay with me.
All right, all right. And you've also been divorced, I hear.
Yep. I have been. I have been.
He goes, yep. And he's also one of these guys who used to have a $700 car payment. Idiot.
Oh, two of them.
All right, so let's get this party started. So why don't we just open up with the juicy stuff that people want to hear about? So tell me about this, about marriage and divorce. Why don't you run us through your experience with the whole thing, and how long were you guys together? The kids,
Yeah.
Give us the juicy stuff. Give us the details.
All right. All right. So I got two. I'm 34. I got two marriages under my belt, unfortunately. So my first one was 12 years, man. We got married at I think I was 19. We got married. The first one, man, that was me. Like, she was straight, like, cooperative, just beautiful, like everything.
Wait. So you've been married twice?
Like legally and yes.
Okay.
I
And
really
you're
have. Yep.
You're 34. That's great. Keep
No,
going.
no, classic.
Yes, that's awesome. Keep going.
All right. So the first one, man, we went to the courthouse. Everything was good. We was married 12 years. We were good for like the first, I think, 6 years. We didn't have our kid until he came along. And then I think that was me. I had just been traveling, welding and stuff like that. And I think once we had the child, she used to be everywhere with me. We would go. And she was pretty much kind of like a stay-at-home wife, man. She put up with a lot of my bullshit.
Okay, wait. How old were you when you first got married?
19.
19?
Yeah,
Wow.
I was.
You went old school, man. You went old school.
Man.
Okay, real quick, hold on. So you're 19, you get married.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys just have one. When did you guys have your first kid?
When I was 25.
Okay, so you guys were already married.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Yep. Right. We was trying to do. I don't know how you gonna take. We was trying to do the church thing, man. That's how I was raised. Like not living in and. Yeah. So.
I totally get it. Okay. So you're with her.
Yeah.
So when did things go to shit with that?
Man, you know what? I don't even know. She just kept trying, and I think it was just me. That's crazy. I really can't even think. Maybe I think maybe when the kid came along, because once my son got here and I was always gone, she didn't feel loved, and she didn't feel like I guess she didn't feel like she was loved because I was always gone, you know, traveling on these jobs. And
That's why I got work life balance in here.
man, that means everything.
Okay. So when you're traveling, so where are you based? Where do you live, if you don't mind?
Nah, I don't care. We were staying in Vegas, so we used to live in. If anybody in the chat's in Vegas, we lived in the Silverado Ranch area, Henderson. It was nice. It was nice, man. We was living out there, and we lived in Gardena, California, for a little bit too. So we lived there, but we were based. Yeah, that's where we was based at.
Okay, so when you're on the road as a welder, we're gonna get into the second marriage too, but I'm just
Ugh.
trying to get a grasp of this. So when you're traveling, what's your schedule for that? And is the pay that much better if you're traveling for it?
It's night and day, man. If you it balances out, right? So I give you an example. If you get a regular, let's say, welding job at a shop, you could be home every night. You can basically do like anywhere from 40 to 50, $60,000 a year, right? But when you're on the road, you know, you can make double, triple that. So when you're on the road, you can make, you know, anywhere from 150 and all that stuff, but it's not 150 times 12. It could be, you know, 1 month you could be on unemployment, which ain't a bad thing. And then the next month you can make $15,000. But the problem with that is when you're gone all the time, you try to make up for it by, because you're not home. You're like, okay, let's go to Disneyland. Let's jet skis for everybody. And, you know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but
Jet skis for everyone.
yeah, you just try to do everything under the sun. And then before you know it, you look up and you spent $5,000 in 2 weeks on vacation. And you're like, dang, you know, well, I got to go back to work. So
So you think so it's safe to say that being on the road all the time probably fucked everything up.
for sure, for
Okay.
sure. Because, I'm missing something. Because I chose not to come home. That's what my ex-wife will tell you. Because it's addicting. It's like, okay, well, I had a slow couple of months. Well, I need to get the next fix. And, I need another fix. I need another fix. And before you know it, you haven't been home in 4 months.
That's something I've dealt with too, because my dad was like a super workaholic. And I think that kind of, well, along with drugs, but I also feel like watching that, just the fact that he would never even just take like a Saturday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He owned his own business.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, you have employees, you know, like you could take a Saturday off once in a while. But I've seen that, and even with me right now, right? I'm in a position where now I have like way more time than I've ever had. And thanks to you guys. But like I really think that's probably the biggest thing with most relationships. I put failed relationships on there just because I've had failed relationships. I even had a girl one time. I'm glad she told me this. This was like I had to be maybe 23. But we broke up, and I used to be skateboarding every weekend. I didn't care. Saturday, I'm out with the boys skating. And I didn't realize that like she threw this in my face. But she was right. She was like, you know, just even a month on a Saturday, if we could have just went to the beach. And I was like, damn, that's more than fair. But I learned from that. But now I'm at a point where I have all this time, but my partner doesn't.
Oh, damn.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, and then sometimes I feel like I'm almost being, I know she doesn't like me to talk about our personal life, but this is something that I've been thinking about.
All right.
I just had to talk to her about it, but I'm just kind of like, I feel like sometimes I'm being almost like I'm a nuisance or something.
Oh, damn.
But that's how busy. You know what I mean? That's how busy she is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I used to be, I felt like I was the guy that was always busy. Now I'm not.
Yep.
So now I'm kind of seeing the other side of the coin, you know, like or whatever. I'm seeing the other perspective now.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys split. So how old was your kid, and like how old were you when you guys got the divorce?
All right. So there's an important middle in that. All right. So we were trying, and then we separated. So during that separation, I had something on the side that I talked about, and we were trying. I talked back to my wife, and I said, "Hey, let's work it out." And I'll never forget this. We started working it out. I was literally at work, and I got a call in the middle of the night, and my side thing said she was pregnant, and I'm like, "Dang, this is not happening."
Oh, wait,
Like,
wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were cheating on her.
No, all this was happening while we were separated.
Okay.
It's only cheating if you love them.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I was
Keep
exercising options. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah. So we never. While I was with my wife, no, that wasn't happening. So I got the call, and I'm like, oh my god, like we just got back together, and now she's pregnant. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So I told my wife, and she was torn by it, but you know, like a good woman, she was like, all right, I'm gonna work it out. So we got back together. We tried to work it out, and you know, it wasn't like how it always was, but you know, it was still cool. And then we just started drifting and drifting, and
You grow together, you grow apart type of thing.
yeah, man, it was sad. And like, if I would have known what I would have known now, I could have made a little extra effort to try to work that out, but I just didn't, man. And
Okay. So
go ahead.
let's fast track here. So you get
Go ahead.
so you and your wife are not together. You start seeing this other chick.
Yep.
Okay. You get
Yeah.
back together with your wife, then the other chick hits you up and goes, "I'm pregnant."
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
This is beautiful. Okay.
Yeah. Classic.
So now how does this work out?
Okay. So I hate to say it, typical. So if there's any ladies out there, I'm telling y'all this right now, all the dudes gonna be mad at me. Listen, man, if you a side chick, I'm telling you right now, and the dude is married, he's not leaving his wife. Like, I'm telling you, they're never gonna leave their wife. And so when that happened, she thought that it was gonna be me and her together, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I understand you pregnant, but the child, that's a contract. Like, this is business now. Like,
Oh my god.
it is what it is, you know. And she just now, I call. She never answers the phone. Like, nothing's crazy.
She got you hooked on for child support and all that?
So, all right. So, if you don't know about this, there might be some people that don't know. She tells me, "You ought to be lucky I'm not putting you on child support and this and that." They won't put you on child support because they put you on child support, you'll have rights to the child. And, you know, she's on the system and stuff. And so I dug deep, and he was born in Vegas.
Wait. So when you say in the system, what do you mean by that? Like Section 8 type stuff?
Yes,
Okay,
I didn't want to say it. Yeah.
Well, we got to get some context here.
Yeah.
We want the juicy
Yeah.
shit.
Okay, and yeah, I know y'all like, oh, what you mean? You know, sex of hey, man,
Hey,
them
it
girls,
happens. It
yo, them girls ain't got nothing to do. Don't. Ooh.
Well, yeah, obviously you got one pregnant.
All right, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's.
Okay. So she can't put you on child support without getting
Yep.
possibly losing
That's right.
her benefits.
Yep.
All right.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Onward and upward here.
All right, so I hit up where the child was born in Las Vegas, Clark County. I'm emailing everything, and they're like, yeah, we can't let you see, we can't give the birth certificate. And I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, you're not on it. So I'm like, dang. And when the child was born, I was overseas in the Middle East, and we were still kind of cool at the time. I flew over, I held him and everything, but not at the hospital. It took me a week to get back to America, and I held my boy and everything, but I'm not on a birth certificate.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep. Okay,
Yeah.
real quick before we get going. This guy goes helicopter boyfriend. I don't know if he was talking to me. I am the opposite of that. Just to
Is it?
clarify. I'm the dude like my chick was just on vacation. I think we talked a total of she was on vacation for seven days. I think we talked maybe for 40 minutes on the phone total.
Damn.
Like no, but they're busy. They're doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like if I'm on vacation, the last thing I want to do is have to. Not that I don't want to talk to you, but it's like,
Yeah.
Like, what are we gonna do? Call each other for an hour at a time, twice a day?
Dude, girls like
That's
that.
a-
I don't know why.
no.
Oh my
I
god.
get that, but also it's like we can talk about everything, when you come back, or like,
They don't like that.
but
They don't
that's
like
just
that.
how I roll though.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like gonna be down your shit. Like that's just how I roll. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. All right. So now you're 2 kids deep.
Yeah.
Okay, you got your first divorce.
Yeah.
So what happens with the divorce? Does she get you hooked for alimony or like any of this stuff?
This is gonna be bad.
All right,
Is gonna be bad, man.
This is what we're
All
waiting
right.
for.
Let me tell y'all how much. Where's my little button at, man? This is how much I this up. Okay.
Oh my god.
Nothing. And I had it. And if you watch my videos, like I'm in the union, like all in. I had already been in the union for 12 years. She didn't ask for my annuity, my pension, nothing. Nothing.
So you're just chilling, but I assume you take care of your kids though. I'm assuming that you said one lives with you.
Yeah, so the one that I was married to, yeah, he stayed with me. He stayed with me. Like his room, his clothes laid out, like
Okay.
Yeah, he stayed with me for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened with the real quick? Thanks for the 99 cents from downtown. I'm gonna pay the rent today. I appreciate that.
That is so funny, bro.
Okay. So okay. So the second marriage hit us. So you get off the first marriage.
Yeah.
She doesn't get you for nothing. Everything's
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
Side chick, she can't lose her benefits.
Yeah.
And her housing and her food. So so you get off of that. All right. So second marriage, how does this happen?
All right, second marriage. I go into town. I'm in the club, and I know it sounds crazy. I go in the club, and she comes up to me, and we went to high school together, and we were prom king and queen together. But after high school, we dated in high school, but in high school that don't really count, right? But we were prom king and queen together. After that, I never seen her. We never spoke, no, nothing for 14 years. Until, never. I don't Facebook, no, nothing. And I seen her, and I was divorced at the time, and she was single, whatever. And I just started talking to her. And at that time, I was living on the East Coast. She was living in the Midwest. And after the club, I was like, hey, I'll talk to you later. And we exchanged numbers, and then we didn't talk for like I think 3 or 4 weeks went by. She hit me up. I think I hit her up. I don't remember. And slowly,
would you just hit her up like, hey, you want to get married or what?
Nah, I mean, like, no, man. Like
Right,
it was
keep going.
it was super random, man, and we just started talking and conversing and stuff. And I asked her one day, after we had spoke on the phone for like 3 months. And I never seen her, never touched her, no nothing. And then I just hit her up for like New Year's. I was like, hey, I ain't doing nothing for New Year's, man. I like to spend it with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I flew out there. We never did nothing. And, another country girl got in there and smoked that thing. And I'm like, good God. And, man, we just really hit it off then. And we just ended up flying back and forth. She would fly where I'm in.
You were doing the classic fly in, fly out.
Nah, you know what? No. Yes and no. But she had a good job. So she would literally I remember one time she called me on a Friday and was like, I want to see you. And she literally would just fly out. Like she on a bad year, she'll do yeah.
So how does this turn into marriage?
All right. How does this turn into marriage? Boom. All right. Boom. So I try to do everything right. I talk to the family, everything. I'm like, hey, I want to propose to the girl. So we start talking basically about 8 months in. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And I'm a relationship guy. You can relate, right? This time I do everything right. I ain't talking to no other females, no nothing. So we get married.
Wait, after 8 months you get married?
Yeah, slow down, Jack. Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's right.
No judgment.
This is a judgment-free place, right? So
hey, it's funny.
Hey, Dave don't lie, man. So all right, so we get married, and I move everything. Like my whole life was here on the East Coast. I had a shoe business, everything. So I moved to the Midwest, to Oklahoma, man. And I'm like, all right. And this girl lives in the country. Like in the boondocks. So I'm like, all right, you know, it is what it is. I'm used to everything being around the corner. But I'm like, you know, you do stupid things for love. So everything's working out. And I tell her, I'm like, yo, you know that I travel for work. And, you know, I'm like, you know what? Let's plan the wedding. Let's plan a big wedding. I ain't never had a wedding before. She's had one, I haven't. Whatever. So I'm on the road working. She'll come and I'll fly her out if I'm in Minnesota or California, wherever. She would just come and see me for a weekend, all that stuff. And every week, and this is crazy. This is classic. Every week, I'm sending her anywhere from $700 to $1,500 to pay for the wedding. The total for the wedding ended up being like $29,000 to like $31,000 or something like that. So
holy shit.
But hey, I didn't put nothing on the credit card.
No, it's cool. I just can't believe how much weddings run.
I know, it's terrible.
Okay. So you guys get married. You got crab cakes at the wedding. The whole thing.
No, it's worse than that. No, it's worse than that.
Oh my god! All right, get to the
worst
part.
All right. We go to the courthouse. We do everything at the courthouse. So we're legally married, but we hadn't had the wedding. The wedding was going to happen the year before. So as the years going by, my job is inconsistent. So she's a neat freak. So she has to have this on Tuesday, this on Wednesday, you know? So my inconsistency with the money was driving her nuts. And we had one conversation. She asked me if the wedding was still on. And I said, listen, give me 30 days and I'm going to let you know. And she ever since that day, the marriage was never the same. And it was just, she was always up and down.
Well, you can't tell a girl that, like, give me 30 days, I'll let you know.
No, but
it's like,
dude, but okay, all right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, hold on. So does the wedding go down or not? She
cancels the wedding.
But
hold on. But I found out one of my sisters was in a wedding. She was texting all of the bride's party and was like, the wedding's on. The wedding's off. The wedding's on. The wedding's off. I had no idea about that. So during the whole time, during the next 9 months of the wedding, I'm paying for shit. $3,500 down payment for the food and the reception. $800 for the Clydesdales. $400 for the street permit. $2,500 for the wedding dress, $500 for the veil. I know this. I was paying for this, Jack. Cash. I
got receipts still to this day.
Dude, I got a big ass wedding dress in the closet. I said, where my thing at? I said, no other dude in the dress that I paid for. It's in the closet right now.
Because I still got that.
You fucking right.
And I'm waiting for the next chick with the perfect dimensions that I meet is gonna be the one.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you get any of this money back? How does this work?
I think out of
luck.
I think out of 30,000, I got back maybe like 17, maybe.
So that was like a cool little $16,000 learning lesson there. You know, maybe not order.
Man,
maybe don't order the Clydesdales right away.
Man, you know what? The money wasn't even the worst part. It was just the dealing with someone who is a type of woman like that makes a lot of money. You know, the classic American, high wage, but the overhead is crazy. $1,000 car note, rent, gotta eat out every day, gotta go to the mall every weekend.
Oh yeah,
classic American.
Okay, so all that goes to shit.
Yeah.
So are you single now? Are you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm married. Well, kind of. I'm married to Palmisha right now.
Okay, so you're still technically married.
Yeah, Palmisha. Yeah. So
me and Palmisha. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, Jack. Come on, man.
I get the joke. It hit.
Yeah, man.
I got it. All right, real quick. Let me read. This one was good. He goes, I text the girl I'm seeing maybe twice a week, but I guess she wants to text more. What do people talk about all day on text? Honestly, it's the same shit every time in a new relationship. It's always like you guys text. It's fun. You're flirting. Then after a while, you're kind of like, oh, at least for me, I'm like, thank God I don't need to text anymore.
Oh my
Because
god.
I agree though. It's kind of like,
Like, what are you gonna talk about?
exactly.
But
Like $2.99 from Bob Levis. Thank you very much, Bob. Appreciate that. Real quick. We got 5 big ones from Josh over here at Mojo Dojo Thrifts.
oh,
Hope
that's
all
like,
is well. I'll try and hop on you live tonight. Yeah, get on in here, man. All right, so Dave, before
yo,
I start bringing some more people on here, Dave's also got a YouTube channel, guys. It's kind of the cool thing being able to do this is kind of let you guys come in here, and even if you just want to talk or if you wanted to promote something, I can't guarantee it's going to work out for you, but at least kind of give an opportunity for people. Real quick, Dave, before I ask you final questions here,
all right.
I wanted to talk about the $200 giveaway that we did.
Oh yeah, I want to hear
Yeah.
that.
So I had a bunch of messages from a lot of people, a lot of super depressing ones.
Oh
I went through
no.
them all this morning. I was just like, oh god, hey, this is a
Damn.
rough Sunday. Okay,
Uh,
so the winner though, this is really cool. Hold
all
on.
right.
So the winner was some girl named Sarah Han Official. I don't know if that's her real name,
Yeah.
but it was pretty fucked up shit. I don't know if she's seen it yet. Let me see. Yeah, I sent her that she won earlier today, but she hasn't seen it. But basically,
What?
she told me I could share this information.
Okay.
So basically, it's a very long one, but I'm just going to skim it down. So basically, she was in a rough accident years ago.
Oh shit.
So her feet, she has like a hard time walking. It's been years. But she sent me photos and like a picture of her just so she didn't think I was lying or she was
Yeah.
lying. And it's pretty odd. She's like almost like webbed feet now. Look like
Oh,
like
what?
really, they look super brittle, like they're gonna break. And honestly, I was like, there's nobody that's topped the webbed feet, brittle bones. So she's the winner. She hasn't claimed her prize yet.
What?
But yeah, I know. But so another dude named Matt reached out to me. I think he's been on the live once before.
All
He
right.
reached out and he's like, "Hey, I'm feeling super generous." He goes,
Oh man.
I want to up the ante." He goes, "I want to pay second place." He goes, "I want to give him $100." So I said, "Okay," which was great because I had a bunch of really rough ones in here.
Yeah.
So the second one who won is Joyce Castillo, and she
Okay.
actually already got paid. I just
Nice.
I let Matt hit her up directly, and
Yeah.
he actually gave her $200.
Oh
But
man, congratulations to her.
yeah. Hey, nice.
Congratulations to her.
There he is. So Joyce won $200, and the other girl, we'll try and get them on next week's live. Who knows? But those are the winners. But this one was funny though. I might, if we make enough money on this live tonight, I might just send this guy. This is third place runner up. This one was rich.
Oh no.
Get ready for this shit. I don't know
All
if this is made up or not.
I hope not.
But either way, it's pretty good. But it's so bad it's good. So this guy goes, I broke my leg yesterday after a car hit me and drove away. He goes, my dog died a week before, and I was and I was evicted after my bank froze. My account and my bank froze, and I got evicted. Okay, that's just the start. That's sentence one here. Okay. He goes, I lost my job washing dishes, and my bike used to get me to work. That same bike has been stolen. He goes,
Oh shit.
He goes, on the way home that night after being fired, there was a hailstorm. It started off super warm that day, so I only had light clothes. My wife left me on Valentine's Day with my son.
Classic.
Please consider me for the $200. So I don't know exactly how. That's a lot of. I don't know if you guys heard what I just said, but that was a lot of shit. I was like, I might have to just hook that dude up. Even if he's just making it up, you almost got to admire.
You have to. That's a lot of work for $200.
You almost,
It's
almost kind of like, dude, here you go. All right, this one goes $5, viral for life. He goes, hey, bro, you should give some witty dating advice like Tom Likas, Tom Likas triple OG. He goes, did you and your subscribers would hit 100K plus in a month? I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know. So, anyways, Dave, let's wrap you up here. I got a bunch of more people in the queue. All the new people watching, if you want to jump in, there's going to be a link in the chat. I'm posting it again. Just be patient. And Dave's kind of an extra long one today. We've been planning this. All right. Real quick, $10 from Jeremiah. Thank you very much. He goes, I'm 56, widowed right now. Single on purpose. I also lost my son and mom. Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
I'm still grateful to be alive. You just have to have faith and purpose. I'm assuming he means. I have brothers and sisters, and I still have my dad. That's awesome. That's terrible. But at least you could be optimistic about that. Thanks for the $10, man. All right. So Dave, let's end on this note. So now that you're 34, how long have you been welding?
I've been welding 17 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I hear this a lot from like people who I think some of them might be tradesmen, but I feel like a lot of them aren't.
All right.
They always say this thing like, yeah, but if you do the trade, the wear and tear on your body over the years. And I was thinking about that. I go, so would you say now that you're like hitting the mid 30s, do you think the game, if you're going to continue to play the welding game, do you think you could still stay in the same position you are? Or do you think you have to like move up as you get older? Like, how does that work? If that makes any sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense. So with the breaking your back, that's half true, because there's different types of welding. So if you're out there and you're on these like, shop jobs that we would call it, where you're 40, remember I said earlier, you're $40,000 to $50,000 a year. Like, yeah, you're going to be humping and you're not going to be in the best environment. But somebody like me, where I've been pipe welding and in nuclear plants and stuff like that, like no, I haven't broken my back. Like, I'm literally just standing there, using my hands. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not lifting anything over 15 pounds when I'm welding.
But let's say for like not just welding, but like any kind of trade job that's, construction, carpentry, tile, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Those guys, their knees are worse than prostitutes. Yeah, for sure. Like,
oh Jesus.
Yeah, their knees are gone. Yeah, you're gonna break your back, but a lot of that stuff can be preventative. A lot of these guys, I know it's gonna sound funny when I say it, but they don't wear knee pads, and they're like, it'll be all right. And then when they get my age, or they get in their 40s, they're like, dang, I should have worn them knee pads. So a lot of that can be prevented for sure.
Okay, so last question before I let you go. I'm gonna start getting some more people on here.
All right.
All right. So now that you're getting older in this game, this is the big question.
Let's do it.
How many people do you see in, like, let's just use your field, that are, maybe in their 50s now, but they never leveled up? And by level up, I don't really know what that means. I guess you could own your own business or become manager, become top of like sales or some shit. Like, how many, like, do you think that's working out for those guys, or what are you seeing for yourself? Like, if you were to stay in this business, what the hell are you supposed to do? Just keep doing the backbreaking stuff, or do you feel like you kind of have to move up?
Man, you know what?
So general, but
no, it is general. But this is the best thing I can say, and I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything. You literally, with being in the union, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the majority. This is what I'll do. That'll make it easier. The majority of old guys that I see that are like in their 60s, and I'm next to them on the same job site, and they're 50 and 60-year-old, they're just on the job, and they're like, oh yeah, man, I got 3 more years and I'm done. They've got multiple houses paid off. They've got like Corvettes and Harley Davidsons. Their kids are in college, paid for. They're never complaining.
Okay, so let me ask you this question though. Do you see that same outcome happening for people your age when they're their age, or do you think they're going to have to, like younger cats, it's like cool to play the game and just be the employee the whole way up, or because that's how I look at life now. I'm kind of like, I feel as if you have to really boss up, because you know, that's just how I'm looking at life now. I'm kind of like, you have to almost do the most just to fucking, because those guys are going to retire. I'm sitting here like, I don't
Yeah.
even know if I'll have that opportunity. You know, I'm
Yeah.
going to try to.
No, you know what? We're coming in a weird age right now where the older guys are gonna retiring, but the young people don't want to do this job, one, and two, they don't know about this job, which that's what my channel is about. So I think that we're gonna be kind of in a good state to where the trades are gonna be in such high demand. Where I give you an example, like right now, the railroad is offering $15,000 and $20,000 bonuses for people to sign. Like, what job is doing that with no college degree? Like,
The military, that's about it.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let me,
No, I'm just
yeah,
making a point. Like, this one cat I was working with at the restaurant,
yeah.
thank God I don't work there anymore. But he was about to turn 40, and he was like, "Hey, you know, the military, the Navy just upped their age to 41 or some shit."
All right,
So
that's
he took. So
yeah,
he was like, "They're giving a $25,000 bonus." He's like, "I don't want to do this." He's like, "I don't know what I'm doing with my life." So
yeah.
he just went in, 40 years old, 39 years old, just like.
Damn.
But I feel I asked him though. It's like, if there wasn't $25,000 bonus, would you still do it? He was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I was
and
like,
but see, there's a difference when. So that job that I was just talking about, they with no college degree, all you got to do is be 18. They're starting you out at $71,000 a year. You know what I mean? Versus, I'm not trying to make the military. We need the military, right? But they're not making that. But is to answer your question, I believe that anything outside of union for younger generation, forget about it, because these companies, even on the union jobs, they're making it harder to retire, but they're still good jobs. But they're figuring out like, hey, these people are living longer. We need to. It's still everyone's getting screwed, but I'd rather get screwed. I'd rather get screwed on a union job than be out here and have somebody knock on my door and say, hey, you know what? We're having a mass layoff and you're part of it. Like all this stuff that you see on YouTube with these mass layoffs, like
oh
they don't
my
get
God.
they don't get anything out of it.
Nah, bro, I've seen. I'm a hang you up right. I appreciate
All
you
right.
coming on,
Yeah,
Dave.
for sure.
You guys go check him out. I'm gonna leave his link for his channel. It's Industrial Dave. Really appreciate you coming on, man.
All right. I'm gonna be on here. I'm gonna be on here listening.
All right, man. Hey, good, solid talk, brother.
For sure, man.
All right, I don't know why I just saluted you, but
Because red leather, that's right, red leather, man.
red leather,
Red
baby.
leather.
You
That's
know how it
right.
is, wood grain or nothing. All right. Yeah, thanks, Dave. I appreciate you coming on, man.
For-
All right, we got 199 from Mike So Real. Mike So Real. Yeah. Thanks for the 2 big ones, brother. I really appreciate that. We got 20 hot ones from downtown. He goes, have friends left and right. They got mad if I don't fit what? Okay, cool. Thanks for the $20, Keith. I really, really appreciate that. All right, we got Sasha coming on next here.
About to put me on.
Oh, you're on, baby.
Oh my
You're
God.
live. All right, Sasha.
Hey,
So,
Jack.
so how old are you, and where are you calling from?
I'm 34. I'm calling from San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, we got a Texas girl in the house.
Yep.
All right. So you saw the topics at hand. Is there anything particular that stuck out to you, or something you want to talk about, or question for me? All the above?
Yeah, so I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, I was watching your video. You were responding to a comment about a guy who was saying that what you do is not work.
Yeah.
And so my thing is for you to say you're not doing work and you literally have your dad right next to you in the video, that alone was work to me. And it was so hilarious because you were able to record, deal with him, respond to the comments, make sure everything was sounding good. And you were in your car. It's not like you were sitting in your studio. So I'm like, that takes work. And this guy, I was just blown away by the way people want to label what work is. And I know these the new generation, like Industrial Dave has been talking about how nobody wants to do the trades anymore, or the trades are too hard. Like, I just seen somebody say that the trades were too hard. And I'm like, dude, but you're living a comfortable life because of these people that are doing all these odd end jobs that you don't see.
Yep.
Like, you don't see them doesn't mean that there's not work being done.
Oh, I commend all of them. Like all of my friends are all in the trades. I'm like the one odd guy out. Actually, that's a lie. Two of my other friends are not in trades. So I guess it's a kind of healthy balance. But yeah, it's like I've tried trades. I really have. And like I said to you guys before, I'm not a perfectionist. I'm just not.
Right.
Even with this, whether people consider this stuff work or not, which I get what they're saying. It's not hard physical labor.
Right.
I get that.
Right.
But work is a mental, physical. It's all of that. So like, I'm the kind of person where it's like I've tried trades, I've tried office work. I worked at a law firm. I tried.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. I just can't. I'm just one of those dudes. I'm like a lot of people. You hear this all stuff like Gen Z doesn't want to work. It's like Gen Z doesn't want to work. Who really wants to work? Like,
Right.
I'm not saying I don't want to work. Otherwise, kind of like, what else are we doing?
Right.
But who really wants to do that? Like,
Right.
do you blame them?
No, and I see, like, the thing is, like, if you find something you love to do, and obviously it looks like you love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work anymore. So, like, for Industrial Dave, he's been in that business for 17 years, and he's still young, and he honestly loves what he does. I've chatted with him through his chat, and he's helping other people, um, get into the industry. And for myself, like, I've had all different kinds of jobs. I'm now a stay-at-home mom. I've been married for 12 years.
Oh wow, congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you. I just had my third child in October of last year. So
Oh wow. How long you been married? I'm sorry.
12 years.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome.
We had to get it done early, man. Just like Dave, the only difference is I stayed married. I can't start over again. Like, the relationship thing these days, like, I can't even imagine what it would be like to start over.
That's how I feel. That's how
Yeah.
I feel like that with my girlfriend now. I'm kind of like, I just go, please God, just let this work, because I
Right.
don't want to. I've already given up once before, and like for a long time I was kind of like, I guess I'm just gonna be a cat guy, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
then, yep. But then somebody good came along, and I was like, okay. I was like, I have to act on this. But that's something I think about. I'm like, I don't want to have to. I don't want to jinx anything, but I do think about that where I go, please just let this work.
right.
I just go, just let it work,
Nobody
please.
be alone. And it's like, if you find the thing nowadays, people are so picky, women in particular, because a guy can, what women don't realize, and I'll say this for the women that are watching, um, you don't have the time. The guy has the time. They can go and pick any woman that they want. The best advice I can give is sell early. If you're still young, what are you waiting around for? People are saying that, oh, I need to live out my life and I have to, go to college, get a good job, make sure I'm getting my own place. Now, it's like none of that even matters at the end of the day, because, like, us right now, we're in a good financial position. We are looking to get our third home. We sold our last home to pay off all of our debt, so we're debt free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, at 34 years old, in the next few years, we're looking to try and be retired. Like, just put money away. Like, we followed the Dave Ramsey plan to get out of debt. And
That's awesome. It sounds like you guys have a really tight knit bond.
yeah. I mean, and that's what happens when you get married young, because you grow together, versus when you have two people that are totally different and they're stuck in their ways and they try to come together. That's when you have the most issues. I still have friends
Mm.
they're great women, but they're still single, and I'm like, some of these things that you're holding on to or that you're not wanting to change is preventing you from being with someone. And I'm just like, hey, if you care about those things so much, you're gonna be alone. And at the end of the day, the guy is gonna go choose someone else who he can actually talk to and have that wife that he wants versus someone that he's gonna have to fight with all the time to just get basic things done. Like nobody wants to deal with that. So that's why you see those age gaps, and particularly with the men and the women. Like the woman's always a lot younger, the
Yeah,
man
generally, yeah.
older. But I mean, at our age, there's still hope. Now, if you're pushing like almost 40, you're you're gonna run into some issues because now you're gonna get a woman that maybe already had some kids, or you already have some kids, and she's not trying to have any more kids, but you still want a family, and it's like,
Yep.
hey, that ship has sailed. Like,
Yeah, I've said this before in like a pre-recorded video. This chick, she's 37, and people just feel like they can confide in me, which they can. But like, I was just so honest with her. She's 37, and she
Right.
was like super tall too. So it wasn't like, I can understand if she was like a standard height, but she
Right.
was like, I'm talking like 6'4". She was
Wow.
tall.
Basketball player tall.
She was good. She's a good looking girl, but she's just tall.
Yeah.
And but one day she's at work. She goes, I'm just really starting to worry about finding somebody to settle down with. And I was like, you should have been worrying about that 10 plus years ago.
Right.
And she's like, you're right. I'm like, no offense, but I mean, you're in a different category. I'm like,
Right.
no offense, but but
Right.
but I felt bad. I'm like, but I
Yeah.
thought it because I was 30 at the time. And
Mhm.
so, but that's something I'm noticing too now. I'm gonna let you go after this one. We gotta get some more people in here. But I'm noticing this now. Like me and my girlfriend, we're like a 5-year difference.
Mhm.
And I'm noticing though that it's like, I'm like, oh man, you've got this thing already built with your mom, your dad,
Mhm.
and trying to kind of incorporate me in there. And I got my own shit too. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But that's something I'm looking at. I'm like, oh man, like, it's kind of like this is going to be a real long building process. Cause you're right. You both have your own thing. And even with my best friends, I feel like we really didn't become best friends until like 10 years.
Right.
Like it takes a long time. So that's just kind of where I'm like, anyways, awesome. Congrats on all the success, the kids, your husband. That's wonderful. I appreciate you calling in. And yeah, we're going to keep this moving. Thanks, Sasha.
Thank you. You too, Jack.
Of course. All right. This one goes, Gen X and millennials cannot compare their future to boomers. Yeah, you really can't. Thanks for the $2 from Shadowwork. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the 1099 from Bob Levis coming in hot with another one. Appreciate that. Yeah, that's something I think about though. That's why I make all these videos all the time. I really think about this shit. I'm like, oh God, what are we gonna do? And then I also think about that too. I'm like, okay, I pray that everything works out. I settle down. I have a family. Okay, I get it. Pipe dream. All right, let me dream a little bit. All right, I've already given up on a lot of dreams. Let me at least have like a few of them left. But I think about that. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Just like live alone forever? Or am I just gonna have a roommate? Am I gonna do the Golden Girls thing, but with dudes? The Grandpa Jack Express. I don't know. I don't like dwell on it, but it does cross my mind. It does. All right, let's get some more people in here. We got Julie coming on next. Guys, just be patient. I'll put the link in the chat for all you new people that just got in here. The link will be in the chat if you want to hop on. You just click it and tick it, and you're chilling. All right. Government jobs will always be the best. Not much pay, but job security is solid. Yeah, that's what I hear. Okay. All right. We're going to get Julie in here in just a moment. Thanks for $20 from Larry DM. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. Because I work in tech. Most people make over 6 figures in tech. But everyone I know is talking about how many people in tech are going to lose their jobs to AI. Trades will come back. Yeah, I even think about with what I'm doing here. That's why I've been like really doing a lot of thinking on kind of, because I know there's going to be a window. No, I'm not trying to be fucking some big guy who's, just constantly doing the most. I'm kind of going to just, from how I look at it, people usually have like a cool 5-7 year run. And I'm kind of thinking about, okay, I got to really just be super smart with this run and then, see what happens way later down. I'd like to do this for a long time, but that's just kind of what it is. That's just how this game works. Even with famous actors, like from old movies, they have like a 10-year bull run, 7 years, and then this kind of fizzles out. It's the same shit. So I kind of worry about that with this too. Not saying like AI is coming for me, but I do think about that shit. Because YouTube could just pull the plug on me whenever. But hey, all hell Google. I love you. All right, let's get Julie in here. I got $50 from downtown. Holy shit. Fuck. God. Break something. There you go. $50. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. All right, we got Julie coming in.
Hey.
Julie, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Well, I've been meaning to try to get on here because, people talk about like really expensive real estate. And I come from a part of the country where you can get fixer-uppers, big-time fixer-uppers for $10,000. You can get a house on 5 acres, 2-bedroom, and a fireplace for 40 grand. And it's outside of small towns in Midwest. If you have a remote job and you can transfer your salary, you can get a home.
Okay, wait. So you mean to tell me for 50 grand, you get a house and land?
Yes.
I didn't know that still existed.
Outside of a small town. Now,
okay.
The small town has its school
Makes
system.
sense.
It doesn't have the Walmart in that town. You might have to go 15 miles to a Walmart, the big shopping town, the big town. And, it has a Dollar General, has a school system, which, if your kid goes to school, they're not going to have huge class sizes.
That's a good thing.
So, and, internet costs a little bit more because it's not as built out because it's not in a major metropolitan area. So it's like $80 a month. But
that's not bad.
If you can go without having the Thai food and the Indian food around the corner, you can own a house and you can have a family and live there.
I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know exactly where. I know where I'm going, but like that's something I've talked about even with my closest friend circle.
Mm-hmm.
Like my brothers. We've had that discussion where it's like, hey, maybe we should all kind of go somewhere together, and that way we're not all just like. Because to me, having like, I feel like that's like a lot of people don't leave places is because their foundation's there, their family, their people. And I get that. I totally get that. I would go nuts. When I first moved to California a long time ago, that was the first time I experienced true loneliness. Not one best friend, not even an acquaintance yet. You're just kind of on your own. So that's one thing I feel like that sticks a lot of people places, but I've thought about it. I still think about it. And I know I'm like kind of in a good position, but I think about what I'm paying because I was up in Tennessee not too long ago, and what I'm paying here, some guy's paying the same shit for a 5-bedroom house on an acre.
Right.
Right. I'm sitting here like, I'm like, wait, so you mean to tell me for $1,500, you've got this monstrosity? He's like, yep.
And like a lot of people, like there's what I call dirty little river towns because that's where I grew up, is along the Mississippi River.
The dirty river.
Yes, the dirty little river towns where, a long time ago they had a plant or whatever. And now there's, beautiful houses, views of the river, for cheap, for like $130,000, split level or something.
Yeah, I've really thought about that, but it's kind of hard too because I'm like, okay, if I did want to relocate, Am I gonna, and I, let's say everything goes perfectly planned and I stay with my lady and we have a
Mhm.
family. I, do I want to, do we just up and leave somewhere and then, leave her parents,
Right.
and then,
That's the
because that's a
thing.
hard, because I already learned my lesson from,
Mhm.
like, I can't go back, but the last 5 years of my mom's life, I moved away.
Right.
I didn't know that was going to be the last 5 years, but I'm just
Mhm.
saying it's kind of one of those things where you're like,
Right.
but I think about that. I really
You
do.
maybe, if you and your extended family have enough money, you could buy houses within 5 blocks of each other, and still be there for each other because there's just tons of housing that in these smaller towns that, especially with a job like YouTube, like being a influencer of life like you are, Jack, that you could definitely, your money will go a lot further. But I understand if you want to be in a major metropolitan area. I am now in Oklahoma. Oklahoma City has 14% lower cost of living than the median of the United States. There's still houses in my suburb of Oklahoma City that you can get for 90,000, 130,000. Mine's a little 1,200 square foot house,
Yeah, that's chill though. My
and
house
my
is,
mortgage is only $663 a month.
holy shit. That's like basically just my HOA payment almost.
I know.
I oh,
I
I
know.
actually I actually redid the math just in case any of you guys saw that. I talked about how if I owned my townhome outright, I would,
Mhm,
between HOA, property tax, and insurance, I'd be paying 1,100. I was
mhm.
off a little bit. It would be $1,020.
Right.
And I was $80 off, just so you guys know. Because I was actually like, hold on, did I get that number right? So I went and pulled out all my tax shit and I had to go look at it real quick. And I was like, no, that's true. Because for a second, when I watched that thing back, I was like, is that really what it is? I was like, um, but yeah, I really do think about that. This dude, Donatello Slapafellow, best at name. He goes, I live in the woods in Northern California, and it's relatively cheap. As in a bit under 500K for a 3 bedroom, two bath. Yeah, that's about 450,000 more than what we're talking over here.
Right.
Yeah. But I really do think about it because, and I think a lot of more people are thinking about this shit. I don't think this is something that's why you see so many videos popping up about this. It's kind of like we're all just going, all right, what are we really gonna do? Because where
Right.
I live, man, I'm telling you, I don't see the next 10 years being too good. Like,
Right.
not good in a sense of like, oh, things are, I'm just saying the amount of people coming here compared to leaving. It's just getting, I don't know.
It'll just get more crowded.
I
Things
don't
will,
know.
it'll, but everywhere can eventually be like that. Oh, by the way, I have a gig doing AI data training. The guy was,
Wait. You say you do AI data training?
yes.
So what does
And
that mean?
meaning, I prompt the model and then rate it for accuracy, fact check it. If it's safe, like doesn't give a response that sorry, my dog is bugging the heck out of me. Eat
That's
that.
all right.
Sorry. He wants my dinner. I'm giving it to him, so shut up. But rate it for accuracy. If it's harmless, like if a 10-year-old's using it and they ask you about porn, does it accurately say don't do that, or crime?
Okay.
Sorry.
So with this AI stuff, since you're in that game, what do you think? What industries? I'm gonna end on this note. We're gonna get to the next person. What industries do you think the AI is really gonna kind of, you know, take out some jobs? Like, like if you
Quite a
had to
few.
say,
I've written poetry with it that is better than a lot of what you'd read.
okay.
And just giving it an idea and it writes the whole thing.
So
And
poets are fucked.
they can be, yes. They
Okay.
have to really, and even like they can even do like an emotional imagery. It even it's kind of scary because it knew it couldn't break a rule, but it found a way around it. And
Mm.
it was like, it said cluck that, where it's not supposed to say the F word.
Oh.
But
Okay.
we were talking about a chicken who was nihilistic,
Oh,
just
God.
making up weird stuff. And it said cluck that. So it knew it couldn't break the rule, and it found a way to break the rule. That's how intelligent it is.
So,
Okay.
so if you had to pick one job industry that you're kind of like, oh, this is going to really hurt this, which one would it be? We'll end on this, and then we'll get to the next person here.
Anything to be can become automated, middle manager jobs, it can do all the writing for you. And so you'll be much more productive if you manage to keep your job, because it can just do everything in an instant. So anything that's paper pushing that could be automated by AI, it
So
can
like
take a form. It could take a form, send it to a customer, say, we need your signature. They can write it on the screen, and then it'll send to the appropriate people, like to fulfill. You don't need someone.
So a lot of kind of like mid-tier kind of typing jobs, which is a lot of jobs. Like, because I've worked at 2 different law firms, and there was a lot of people in there, and all they do all day, including me, I had the most pointless job there was, basically. They just kept me around because I'd make people laugh, literally. Like, they would tell me this too. I'm like, oh, cool. Just keep cracking jokes, I guess. But like, because I was just doing mail, labeling stuff, just real stupid shit. They really didn't need me. Let's just put it that way. But most of the people working there, besides the lawyers, they're just typing all day. That's really it. It's just copy, paste, type. That's it.
Well, it really, because I've done customer service work, and so many things you don't need all these customer service jobs. I mean, once, to be honest, the older generation dies out and doesn't care about having a person on the phone, then you will not need those people. The only, like, you get this problem, say you get the options of like, is it this problem? Is it this problem? And you click it. Okay. And you feel like your problem isn't right. Well, they're going to get voice recognition, audio to text. They're working on that right now. And they'll be able to, you'll be able to say it to the screen, just like Siri, and they'll type it out like on the screen, and they'll say, is this a correct assessment of your problem? Yes.
So,
boom.
So that's going to become next level, basically.
Yes.
That's going to be like,
they're extracting what these AI data models and the other people who are doing it are basically transferring the knowledge of people who are properly educated in the last 50 years into that computer to be able to make these judgments. And, is this what I was talking about? Yes. Because sometimes it does make a mistake. When it doesn't understand it doesn't understand the request, or I didn't prompt it in the right way for what I wanted. But sometimes I'll be like, well, it's an adequate answer, but that's not really what I wanted. But you see what I'm saying?
All right. Well, I guess we're all just going to have to sit back and watch. But I really appreciate you calling in, Julie. We're going to keep the show moving.
All right. You have a good one.
Much. Appreciate you. No problem. All right. We got $2 from Juan Hernandez. He goes, I returned in Costa Rica, 5-bedroom house for $360. I'm assuming that's a month. Just a guess. If it's $360, it's all yours. That'd be hilarious. 5 big ones from Miguel. Love, brother. Hope the channel keeps growing. Yeah, me too. I'm glad just to have you guys here right now. All right, let's get down here. This person goes, my mouth. Who's next on here? All right, Garrett, you're going to be next. Hold tight. And then Doug, you're going to be after Garrett. Because F. Gons goes, my mouth literally dropped when she said her mortgage was $663. I'm over here paying $1,700 a month for a flipping studio. It's too much. I'm ready to go live in a van down by the river. Yeah, you and a lot of other people, like, for sure. Trust me, I've fantasized about van life. This was years ago. I still kind of sometimes think about it, but it's not. I think it was just, I'm in a position now where it's like, I probably have the same exact feeling, just kind of like, all right, my bills are pretty low. I make way more than I need. I'm not like extravagant. I don't really spend a lot of money. You know, I'm pretty simple, dude. You know, like this much fun in this little of space. That's what kind of guy I am. If I had to sum it up. All right, we got Garrett coming in hot. Garrett, my boy, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Jack, what's good, bro?
Chilling out, man. So, how old are you, and where are you calling from?
Just turned 30 in New Hampshire.
All right, all right.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna rock no camera, if that's cool. But I do agree with the last lady. Poets are fucked for sure. That is,
poets are screwed.
yeah. The writing's been on the wall since Shakespeare for sure.
All right, you're gonna go. All right, he's going faceless.
Yeah, gonna go faceless. I figure I could talk specifically to a few of the topics, being relationships, work, and attempted balance there. I got married young, as with a few of the other people that already joined. Married my wife at 21. We actually have 4 kids now. So been very busy on that in that front, just like familial wise. Didn't really have much of a career path when I started out. Did like some sales stuff when I was really young. Tried 1 year in college. There was a no-go. And I did like some timeshare sales, did well, but it felt really sleazy. So I wanted to do something like
Timeshare are risky, man.
Yeah. Oh, it was crazy. I mean, and like the targeted demographic, you're targeting like widows. So it was not like my proudest sales that I've made, but I was young and I wanted to do something I guess more honorable after that. So I talked to a few people. I found that a lot of states, there's like grants that will pay for your schooling for like a 4-week CDL school to go and get your license, like a Class A CDL.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we were out in Minnesota at the time. I did that. Just went to like this government building in St. Paul. 3 business days later, dude, got approved for that. 4-week truck driving school, get a Class A CDL, started making like $65,000 a year. Got up within a year. I was 21 at the time. By the time I was 22, I had gotten a job delivering petroleum. So it was like gasoline and diesel. The hours sucked. It was like 3 p.m. to 3 a.m., but I was doing like $105,000 a year.
Oh wow.
And yeah. So very, very fortunate. And I found myself a couple years later.
Did you say you were married during this whole time?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, had that extra motivation. My wife and I she was pregnant with our first kid when I was like 22. So definitely had that fire under my ass to just like figure something out early. And after a couple years of doing that, I started managing drivers, managing petroleum drivers across Minnesota and a little bit of like northern Iowa, which was a salary position. It was cool. They bought me a pickup truck and all that, and we lived a good life. It was simple out there. I bought our first house. It was
Where'd you say you lived at during this
at
time?
this point, it was in Minnesota. So yeah, similar to the last lady talking about like more affordable cost of living. It wasn't 50 grand for a house, but our first place was 187 grand for a 3-bed, 2-bath on half an acre. It was like a nice place.
Oh, that's chill.
Yeah, it was chill. And the payment was like $1,100 a month all in for everything. Like you just can't. I mean, I would kill for that at this time. But,
triple chilling.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. So, but basically what ended up happening was I had always been into like flipping shit on eBay and whatnot when I was young. Yeah. Started with like paintball gear and like paintball guns and stuff was like kind of my niche. And then got more into like clothing and sneakers and stuff like that in high school. And then like that little stint that I did in college. But when I was in the management role, it gave me a lot of flexibility and time, like just traveling around the state of Minnesota and whatnot. And at this point, it was actually my wife's cousin had shown me StockX, if you're familiar with that app.
They sell shoes. Yeah.
So at this point, like that sneaker market was starting to get really, really red hot again. This would be circa like
20 off shoes, man.
Yeah. So this would have been like circa 2018, and Minnesota's a tax-free state for like all sneakers and clothing. So our margins flipping that stuff ended up proving really, really nice. I got back into that. Like I'd say it was like it felt very full-time alongside the salary position of managing these petroleum drivers. At this point, I wasn't in the truck too much. And that whole market really exploded to the point where I was making like 20, 30, 40 grand a year just flipping sneakers. Yeah. And I got really involved in like the online side of it because that's, the game had changed a lot from when I did it in college. It wasn't so much like Facebook meetups. It was more, you get bulk of these limited products online, right? That's the easier way to acquire bulk of it. So got really into those circles, and I ended up starting it's just basically a subscription service Me and two guys started this thing where we teach other people, just give them leads, like literally just teach them how to resell. And we have like monitors set up for all these different limited products and websites and blah, blah, blah. It's a whole thing. We weren't the first to do it by any means. It's on Discord.
Oh, there's a lot of that. Yeah.
A lot of that. But so we launched this January 2020, and I quit my job because I felt my back was like so again. I felt just so stuck out there in Minnesota. I wanted to get back out to New Hampshire, and but nonetheless, quit my job, kind of took a risk on this thing. And then like 2-3 months later, the COVID shit popped off, and the subscription community ended up booming. So we were charging $60 a month at the time. We got up to 4,500 paid subs. So we were doing like 250K a month. Net revenue. Seriously, net revenue. And this is with our overhead. Like, we employed 1099 contractors, but our net revenue is extremely low. It's not like a normal margin of like 10% profit or anything like that. It was crazy. So my life, and this was after, I would say 6 to 8 months, the group kind of exploded, and we had like so much demand. We had a huge wait list, and it was like kind of false scarcity that we were doing. So effectively, you know, we were out of stock at all given times, and we would just load people up on this wait list, and they would pre-auth charges with their cards and whatnot, and we would just dump people in, man, 500, 600, 700 new members a month at $60 a month. And it was like a really active, engaged resale community.
Dude,
so
that's criminal.
Oh man, it changed my life, to be honest. And but basically what ended up happening was this all happened really fast, like on a personal level, right, as far as earnings and whatnot. And I mean, just lifestyle inflation. I was just not prepared for that. I was still kind of like a young lad at the time. I would have been like 25, 26 when this started really firing off, and I got way back in taxes.
I'm sure.
Way underneath myself in credit cards. Like, talk about car payments, man. Like, I listen to your videos. I love them. I love the channel. Grow 20K to 40K since when I started listening, which I feel like is like a month and a half or 2.5 months, which is crazy. But
I owe it all to you guys. I really appreciate everyone being here.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. But as far as car payments, dude, I had like a M4 competition, $1,100 a month, F-150 Lariat, and my wife's Tahoe. I was like $2,700 a month, just straight payments. No,
hold on, wait. 2,700 a month in car payments.
Yeah, not. No insurance. That's not including any insurance or upkeep or anything. So yeah, just like in it, right? Like, the money came really fast, and I was just like a dumb fuck, seriously.
That's the best.
Dude, classic, right? I mean, like, it is classic as fuck.
Yeah, this person goes, wait, real quick. This person goes, I found myself saying classic to my 16-year-old daughter. Anyways, keep going. I thought that was funny.
it is classic. But what a tagline too. That's a good one. But yeah, man, nonetheless, the subscription service now it's tapered off a bit. We got out of one of the 3 partners got bought out, so it's just me and one business partner. I own a third of this thing now. We're at about 2,300 paid subscribers at $60 a month. So stuff's still like really, really healthy. The net monthly, net annual, everything's great, right? But I obviously found myself pretty upside down, and like I said, behind with like taxes, taxes, credit card debt, everything.
Let me ask you a question though. So if you're making, so if you own a third of it,
yep,
and you said it's $60 a month,
yep,
you said you got 2,300 people
currently, yeah.
So that's 138 grand. You say you get a third of that?
Yeah. So right now, I mean, part of the back tax debt is as a business. So we've been working about the last year to pay back like American Express and fucking IRS and a bunch of fucking debts and liabilities. So yes, when everything's cleared on that front and I'm out of the woods, yes, owning a third of that's a roughly accurate calculation. My peak year earning from the subscription company was like 500. And
500K?
Yeah.
Wait, so how the fuck, let me ask you a question before I let you go. We got to keep this moving.
Yep.
How in the shit do you get behind on like credit cards and all this stuff if you're making like, we're talking serious
here. Yeah. Like literally, Jack, like 30, like just being like the biggest fucking dumbass, like buying like 30K watches and shit, like being a fucking dumbass.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta go sell those.
No, I did. Trust me, I'm way past that. So, but basically, I can flash forward to where I'm at currently. which is, it's just, I don't know. I was thinking about this, it's kind of beautifully full circle, and then let it go to the next person. But so yeah, about a year ago, I fucking got really serious. I looked at myself. I'm like, all right, I'm getting this shit under control. I'm gonna fucking start something fresh and kind of dig myself out of this hole. And then I'm gonna have multiple successful businesses and income streams once I'm out of it. I think that this is the best solution. Obviously really active in the resale community. I've come to the few times about just brokering live events, like scalping tickets, shit like that. Whatever. Say what you will, dude. It's a fucking dogfight out here right now to make money. And like, obviously everyone feels that there's like time is working against us right now. Right. So
unfortunately.
Yeah. So basically, had some associates that were really into just brokering tickets, scalping tickets. And that's been my cash cow for the last year. Head has been down for about like 7 or 8 months, like literally no luxury spending at all, which I'm incredibly proud of. I mean, even as far as like drinking, going out to eat, shit like that, just really fucking tapered it all down to zero. Been incredibly focused and projected to hit 100% of back debts and liabilities by June. And then, yeah, be able to keep pushing forward. But it's funny because I find myself now, like my biggest goal for this year, aside from paying everything, that's backed and completing that process, is I would like to buy just a simple fucking house again, a nice 3-4 bed house for my kids on a few acres, a few $100,000, like a little slightly underneath what we could afford, but I'd like to buy it outright. That's my goal. And I just find it really ironic and poetic that like after all these last 4 years of just what's been a chaotic cycle and definitely a lot of blessings, like for sure. But all I want is that like simplicity again. I don't want to find myself caught up. And yeah, I mean, the money comes.
I think that's where I'm going to let you go too after this. I think that's where I'm at that for sure. Like, I don't care how much money I make from this. You you hear about these YouTubers making these buco dollars. Like, I literally, what am I going to do? Buy a 3-4 bedroom house? You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You know what I mean? I'm not doing any of it. I'm literally the whole man with no bills is a rich man shit that I say.
Yeah.
I live by that. Like, I don't care how much money comes in. I'm never doing it. I don't care. Because I don't ever want to end up like how you're feeling right now.
It's crazy.
I don't even want to experience that. I'd rather just hear the story from you.
Yep.
And go, okay, I learned from Garrett's mistake here and I'm good.
Yeah. No.
Anyway, hey, Garrett, I appreciate you coming on. Congrats on
brother.
All the success. I'm stoked for you to turn it all around.
Yeah. Man, just trying to keep the head down right now. But dude, keep up the grind, man. Love the channel growth.
I appreciate you, brother. Have a cool day, man.
All right, man. You too.
Peace. Bye. All right. Yeah, Garrett got wild with the money, man. Jesus. All right. Rebel Montana from down Montana. Down. Sorry. It's first time tuning in, and I'm loving it. Trucker life. Thanks for the $2. Appreciate that. This guy goes, if you're making more than 130K and you ain't able to save up 75K in 1 year, what the fuck you doing? I agree with him. I agree. Totally agree. Yeah, because I've got a couple of people in my life who make serious cash, and and almost you could tell they do, but at the same time, they're still renting. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We got $5 from Russian Reaction and Reviews. Love the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the 5 big ones. All right. Who's next? We got Doug coming in hot. We got Doug, and then we've got Earth's Edge Ad is going to be after that. All right. We got Doug. We got a regular coming in here. Doug, my boy.
How you doing?
Great, man. For all the new listeners, you tell everybody how old you are and where you're calling from?
55 years old from Texarkana, Texas.
Oh, another Texas boy coming in hot. All right, Doug. So you saw the list of topics. What's rattling on in your brain right now?
Well, I'm going to talk about 3 things. 2 of them quickly. The work-life balance is the one I want to talk about. And then Industrial Dave, if you're going to be buying some jet skis, hook me up.
Please. We need jet skis, man.
We need jet skis
How
because
can we survive in this climate without jet skis? That's what I really want to know.
it's tough.
People are worried about homelessness, no food.
I'm worried about jet skis.
What's the jet skis, bro? Let's cut the shit.
What else? AI. I just went to a teacher training thing on Friday about AI, and the stuff I was seeing there was just kind of blowing my mind. You can copy paste papers, students can press rewrite, and it completely rewrites it in regular vernacular.
Like
and
that.
No longer are they plagiarizing, and just turn it in, and you're like, what? Right? So that was pretty bad. Then they she showed the girl that was doing it showed that she said, okay, she had a video of herself talking like we are right now, and then she says, let's change it to a different language, and took the video and changed it to a language and then replayed it. And then so what we're saying is now in Russian, and your lips were moving Russian, and you're just now speaking Russian just like that.
Oh, big deal.
No. And then she's like, okay, we're going to do music now. We're going to make music. Give me a topic. Somebody's like heavy metal. The next person's all, teachers sweeping floors. And she put it in. And in 30 seconds, it created a heavy metal song with an AI singer, teachers sweeping floors.
That's their new hit single.
Apparently so. And so I was like a little freaked out by all that. But yeah, that's AI stuff.
You know what? I had a guy, a friend of mine, he's marketing. He was telling me, he's like, so you using AI at all? And I was like, no. He's like, he got mad at me. And I was like, dude, I'm going to be that guy that waits it out. And then I'm going to be forced to learn how to use it. That's how I am. That's how I am. And I'm going to learn it. Okay. I didn't know how to do any of this editing shit. I knew a little bit from skateboarding. I didn't know how to do any of this. Okay. I was 6 years late to the iPhone. I figured it out, and I'll be okay. But real quick, before we go into the work-life balance, I want to get into that. This one goes, I don't take any economic advice with people that don't own property or have property in other countries. That's cool, but you can learn from people's stupid spending habits like that Garrett guy. So there is something to take away.
I think I've said it before. Make 150,000, spend 150,000.
Damn right.
So you got to find the right work-life balance.
All right. So work-life balance. What's your, you're 55. You've lived a pretty long life here.
I hope so. Longer, I hope.
So have you ever suffered from like workaholicism or any of that? Or have you been pretty good with the balance on that?
I did in the past. I worked for Coca-Cola for many years being account manager, and it was pretty cutthroat sales and 60, 65-hour work weeks, those kind of things. Keeping up with the Joneses, trying to keep everybody happy. It was tough for me. So I lost my job during 2008 in California with the whole crisis and everything. And I went back to what I wanted to do and be a teacher for work-life balance for that time off. I'm not making money. You hear about teachers don't make a lot of money. Some of them do. It's enough to be able to live and eat and everything's fine. But I need that extra time because today, especially with inflation, time is becoming so much more valuable every moment.
I agree.
And so I want that time, though. I get my weekends off. I'm able to turn my brain off, turn it back on when I'm ready to go. And other jobs I've had in the past, there was no turning it off.
That's something to interject on that. That's something I'm dealing with. This isn't the first time I've done something on my own. I've done my resale business. I've told you guys, and I learned how to shut it off with the resale. But this here, I'm actively going, all right, I need to learn how to completely block this out at least 2 days a week. Right now, I've got Saturdays locked down, totally off. I don't work Saturdays. You guys might see a video from me, but I ain't doing shit. I am totally off, like out. I'm not even looking at it. I'm not going on nothing. I'm done. But I've only mastered 1 day. So now I'm trying to learn how to master 2 days. And because I got to tell you, it's it's always on my fucking mind. And I know a lot of people have to deal with that. Like my best friend, he was like, he's getting to with his job. He's like, I just want to, Jesus Christ. Like, he's a machinist, and he's like, dude, it's my day off and I can't have the day off. Like, he's getting text messages, calls from work.
That's what happened when I worked at Coca-Cola. It was continual like that.
And I made a joke with him. I go, dude, you think you're allowed to just make 120 grand a year and have Saturdays completely off? You know? And he was kind of like, good point. Okay, so you worked for the Coca-Cola, you became a teacher and I remember you saying you became a teacher mainly so that you could have more time for yourself. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, clearly I like teaching. I like mentoring kids. I'm at high school.
Okay.
And so that's just said with a job. That's why you do it. But the other thing is, I want that time off. I get the summer off. It's not the whole summer. I get about 10 weeks off. And when I used to work at Coca-Cola, other jobs like that, when did you get 10 weeks off? You know, you would get 2 weeks. You work there 7 years, you get 3 weeks. And it's like, and especially getting older, I'm like, I need time for me, do my hobbies, do my things.
Yeah.
It's okay, world, that I don't make $250,000 a year.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. You know, I live fine. I had to move to a part of the country that it's affordable. I'm good with it. My kids are, you know, living fine here. So I don't have to keep up with the Joneses so much anymore, which is the work-life balance that I have to look for. So I'm hoping, you know, other people can find that balance, because when I was younger, I pushed real hard, 60 hours a week, and family and marriage and the whole thing was, and you think you have to keep doing it. You know, you do at some level, you have to, you know, take care of yourself. But
yeah, that's where I'm getting at here. People hit me up and like, or even talk to me, like other YouTube people and stuff like that. And I've gotten this one a lot. Like, dude, if you really want to make this work, you need to post daily,
5 times a day.
No, and I was like, but I've gotten that so much where I'm like, dude, I already tried the everyday thing just to get some steam, you know. But I said, once I get enough steam, I'm not doing that. But I tried that shit, man. I may as well just go work a regular job at that point. Like, this shit, opposite of manual labor, but when you're so just every day trying to video, it's kind of like, it's like you're not even, how much can you watch in a day? How much can
you'll burn out of it. You'll burn out of it. You know, same thing. I rejuvenate over the summer, and believe it or not, you know, you're kind of looking forward to the first day of school again. You're like, okay, what kids am I going to have? What's this going to be like? It's going to be new, you know, relationships you build with kids. And so it does sharpen your saw, I guess you would call it, reorganize yourself. And so people do need that. I know inflation is rough right now. I know that the economy is rough right now, and the dollar, you know, it is what it is. And so time is what becomes important, you know, because I'm not getting time back.
I'm saying I'm learning that now, because like I didn't realize how much I worked for a long time. And now I'm really looking at life and I'm like, damn, everybody around me, except for like 2 other friends of mine, they're kind of in the same boat I am, where they have very odd jobs where they can kind of have a lot more time. But everyone else in my closest proximity, it's like everybody's on 6-7 days a week. It's kind of sad. And I'm sitting here like, poor me, because I'm all alone all the time. But I'm like, I kind of feel bad. I'm just like, damn, like,
you get to go hang out under the bridge at the freaking beach, you know, and
I'm kicking it with homeless guys.
Man,
I'm chilling.
That is chilling.
Doug, I appreciate you always calling in, man. I gotta keep this moving.
Thanks for your time, man. You're doing great. Keep going.
Later, brother. You too, man. All right, this guy goes, or Julie, not a guy, or if you are, no judgment. He goes, my days off from work are just doing different work, house stuff. But yeah, that's how it goes. All right, who did I say was next? We got so many people in here. Appreciate everyone being patient in the queue. All right. We're gonna do Earth's Edge. She's coming in hot. All right.
Earth's Edge AD.
Oh, what's up, brother? So,
Go
how
ahead.
old are you, and where are you calling from?
I'm 30 years old. I'm from Nashville. I'm a self-professed red pillar, black pillar, astronaut suit wearer, and I like to interview women in downtown Nashville and post those videos on my YouTube channel. But
Oh, all right. What's your YouTube channel called? Earth's
it's
Edge.
Earth's Edge AD.
Okay, awesome. I'll have to check. Maybe I'll be able to plug some of your stuff in a video. All right. So, you saw the topics on the chart. Is there anything in there that's rattling with you? Or you got any questions for me?
Yeah.
Go ahead and fire off.
My goal in life for the last like 4 years has been to escape the 9-to-5 grind, and I have successfully done that through remote work for like 4 years now with my accounting degree. So I am not going back to that shit, man. That's what I got to say about that. So
what 9 to 5? What were you working 9 to 5 wise that made you hate it so much?
Man, there's been so many of them. The airport was the main one. We all just kind of like made each other's lives miserable. We made sure. I mean, I didn't try to do that, but everybody else working there was just trying to like tear the lower people down and everything. And like, I've been through that. I've been through like working at like Amazon, I think was the second last one in like 2018 or 19. And the airport was in 2020. And then I got my degree. I got a remote job and I was like, see you later. And I went traveling. I went to over 30 countries while I worked remotely. Main countries would be India, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, wow.
All while like working remotely, So I got a pretty cool little poster right there of the Kaaba in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Right now, I'm back in the States, and I'm trying to kind of make a YouTube channel out here in Nashville where lately I'd be like interviewing women downtown and trying to make like a red pill channel out of it. It's been pretty fun. But
okay, so since we're talking about that red pill channel, how old are you? I'm so sorry. What was that?
I'm 30 years old.
Okay, 30. All right. So what have you learned from starting your YouTube channel? Like, did you think it was going to be easier, or do you think has it been, how's your progress been? How long you been doing it? And, where are you at with it?
Well, I started in November and I broke like 3 or 4K views one time, but I'm just really careful. I do have a question for you. I do be careful. I read like YouTube's guidelines very thoroughly.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest concerns is the cursing. The cursing. Like, what do you think about the cursing? Do you try to avoid cursing a lot?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Yep. Earth's Edge AD right there. We got to take these bitches down.
All right. So cursing wise, obviously I have an issue with cursing. Apparently I can't help it when I'm like in the zone. So when I'm filming by myself here and I'm just going off, I've noticed that I literally have the hardest time not swearing. But if I'm in a public setting, I'm very good about my language. It's the weirdest thing. Like, it's so strange. Or if I'm with a group of people that all swear a lot, forget it. I'll either join them or I'll be the guy who's not swearing because I notice how much they're swearing. But on YouTube, I swear quite a bit, and it is not I haven't had really any problems, like, at all.
It doesn't.
All my videos are monetized. There was a lot of videos that weren't monetized, but I think it was more because of the subject matter. So, like, anytime we talk about some heavy racism stuff, that gets demonetized. Anytime I do anything
how do you know
about
it gets demonetized though?
Okay, so like right now, how many sorry, we're getting geeky on this, but starting a YouTube channel, I know a lot of people want to do that, but it's really hard. It could be super frustrating. Like you don't get any money for it, and then a lot of times no one watches. Like there's nobody there. You're lucky if you get like 4 likes and a comment. Like it's pretty sad. And then on top of that, you tell somebody you're doing YouTube, they go watch you, and now they're going, look at this guy, fucking 5 likes. I'm going to watch you. And you're just like, oh God, you go, I'm a loser.
One of the most defeating things about this is like, so for example, some of those interview videos that I've made, I go through like hella effort to make those, and they be getting, some be breaking 2 or 3K, but the last one I made got like 20 views. And I was like,
yep.
There's videos of people like bitching in their cars about like dumbass shit that are getting like 50K a video. I'm like, how did they do that? You know what I mean? Like,
so what you need to do is you need to go bitch in your car. No, here's
That's a good
something.
point.
Here's something I've learned though, about a lot of things. So like, it's okay to, they say the rip off and duplicate. So for instance, with reselling used goods online, I didn't just make up what I was going to do. I knew someone who did it, and I said, okay, how does this work? And then I started reaching out and looking at stuff up. And I basically just copied what other people were doing, but then I found my own little groove because I already liked old vintage stuff. So that was something I already had an eye for, but like learning how to do it. So with YouTube or any business, kind of same shit. It's like, you want to start a successful air conditioning company, you basically just want to go look at all the air conditioning companies and go, okay, they have this, and that, and they do it this way. I'm just going to do that. You have a different name, you're a different person, but you're basically just going, okay, what does this person do that's working? And you kind of just got to rip them off and duplicate it. That's how YouTube is. So for instance, if you see somebody else who's doing these street interviews, go to their page and go, all right, this video seemed to get a lot of views. It says, let's just say women hitting the wall. That's the title, right? You go, okay, well, I'll just use that exact same title and hopefully it works. Or like, for instance, I did a video talking about Gen Z's aging like crap. Well, guess what? I saw 4 other videos that said Gen Z's aging fast or aging rapidly. I said, oh, I could talk about that shit because I've gotten crap for having wrinkles and gray hair at a young age. So I was like, I could talk on that. And I just changed one word in the title. That's all I did. Right. And it worked really well. So all I could say is it's basically just copy everyone else.
That's true. That is true. I think you this sounds like me blowing smoke up your ass, but I think you have like a personality and a look that really like reels people in. Like when I first saw you come on my homepage, I was like, this guy looks kind of interesting, So like, that's like totally sounds like I'm blowing smoke up your ass, but you have to like mold like a personality. I feel like this sounds ignorant to say, I feel like I do have like a somewhat interesting personality and I try to let that out like in my videos, but at the same time, like you be going to some of these channels and people be like boring as like a bag of rocks. And you'd be like, how do these people get like so many views? But maybe they've been on there for a minute. Go ahead.
It's literally just the topic. So if I put out a video on, I know for a fact, if I do a video on conspiracy theories, I know 1,000% that it's going to get much less engagement and views and likes than most of my other content, because I'm not known for that. And it's not like this giant big thing, even though a lot of people are doing it. It's very like small. But if I put out something on, inflation or the economy or dating, and you just word it correctly, you'll probably get a lot more engagement and views simply because that obtains to most people. Most people, I get comments sometimes like, bro, you don't know like people's fucking incomes, dude. Like, how are you talking shit? And I'm like, I know most people aren't making that much money. That's all I need to know. I go, you could sit there in fantasy land and think everyone makes 100 grand. Right. Go ahead. So all I'm saying is the topic super important. So if you go out and you're interviewing people, like dating's one thing, but that shit's oversaturated like a motherfucker. So you need to add something in there. You need to add another thing that a lot of people really care about. That's really it. Like most people don't care about me and you talking about YouTube right now. And that's why when I look over at the top of the screen, we're losing viewers. And I really don't care. We're already almost 2 hours in. I don't expect people to just sit around watching my live for 5 hours. But
We can talk about something different.
No, it's cool. Well, I'm going to actually end up letting you go. So your channel's Earth's Edge AD. I'm going to go ahead and check you out.
Okay.
Everyone else can go roast him in the comments, see what he can do better. But believe it or not, my personality and my wild look or whatever, I ate shit for so long because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know titles. I didn't know how to just stick on topic. I didn't know how to make a good thumbnail to make people click. But it's the same thing with when I did reselling. I lost money for a little while because I had to build up inventory and make bad buys and get ripped off and not know what I was doing. Then eventually I was like, oh shit, I get it. But it's just sticking through it. And a lot of us like to give up. I'm guilty. I've done it.
Do you ever think you're going to run out of videos on TikTok to like pull off and make videos out of? You know
see,
what I mean?
that's something everyone thinks I just pull from TikTok. I pull from everywhere.
Oh, really? Okay.
I have so many clips that you guys watch that is 30 minutes into somebody's long form video. I screen recorded it, turned it into a reel.
Right.
You guys just think that I'm only using TikTok. I use Instagram, YouTube, Reddit. I use all of them. And I screen record these fucking things. Like, and I'll watch somebody's 25-minute video. They say 30 seconds. That's really good. But I'm watching them anyways. You know, like I wasn't doing it just to work. It was like I'm watching them because I like this person. I'll take their 45-second snip that they never even turned into a reel. They don't even post short form content.
Okay.
So I take from everywhere. And eventually, you know, down the road, who knows? I might do more videos where I don't even do reactionary stuff. I'm making all my own stuff. Like I want to go out. I just need to start doing it. But I'd like to go out and do the street. Check this out. I'm going to end on this note. We're going to move on.
Okay.
I have a crazy idea that no one's doing. So
don't tell anyone.
No, I'm going to tell it because most people aren't going to fucking do it. They're not going to have the wear. No, they're not going to have the. I don't think most people could pull it off. But I'll go out, ask the questions to people that I want to know, but I come back and I package them up like I'm doing a reaction video, but it's to my own content.
That's pretty cool.
And you know why no one's doing that? Because it's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, right.
And it's an idea, but like I might not even be in the shot. I might just walk up and ask people like this and film them. And then I just have the clips.
Well, it's like one of the big things about interviewing people is like it takes a big effort to do it, and in my opinion, a lot of balls to go do it. One of the biggest things, I do it on the main strip of Nashville on Saturdays, and like I'd be targeting certain people with certain like looks, like attractive people, typically girls, and like people be coming up trying to get interviewed during like busy hours. I'd be like, no, you don't meet the quota, and like I have to turn so many people down, and it's almost turned to like fist fights sometimes with aggressive drunk people. So, but it's like when you make these videos, nobody can like see the pain it took to make them. It's just crazy. But I'll say, I know you got to move on to the next person. Yeah. My final message will be, take the red pill. We got to take these bitches down in 2024.
Unreal. All right, brother. I appreciate you coming on. I'll check out your channel. Feel free to hit me up on Insta. You can DM me. Maybe I could give you some pointers or something.
Okay. Nice.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. All right. We've got 4 people left in the queue. I'm not taking any more callers. This one goes 5 years ago, 50,000. That's the top 20% of America, which is the top 10% of the world. Yeah, now 50,000 is like, that's the bare minimum. That's what you need to make. All right, let's get. We've got Skywalker Precious Metals coming in hot.
What's up?
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Real quick, appreciate you being generous. I remember you gave some nice donations. I really, really appreciate that. Also, how old are you and where are you calling from?
So I turned 56 this week. Right now I'm in northern Michigan, but my home is in Citrus County, Florida.
Wait, you're in Michigan right now, but your real home's in Florida?
Right, I have a cabin here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, my uncle's got a cabin up. A lot of my family lives in Michigan. So, and then now they're all trying to migrate. They're trying to do the snowbird life now. So, yeah.
But I
doing the.
ski, so I don't mind it too bad.
Okay.
I was skiing today. Yeah.
Oh, good for you. All
Yeah.
right. So, out of all the topics that I had listed out, was there anything that kind of struck you?
Yeah.
know,
So
something
in the chat, people were talking about, the high rent and stuff where they're at, and maybe I should move, maybe I should move, maybe I should move. I chased my career. I retired last year. I chased my career like around the country for 32 years. I started out in the Army as a combat medic for 12 years. And then for the next 20 years, I jumped from department to department to department, chasing a few bucks here, a few bucks there, different states, Texas, Alabama, back up in the Midwest, Florida, all over the place. Until I landed finally the dream job that I ended my career with, which was a TEMS unit, which is a high risk tactical medical unit. But I moved so much. I moved all the time, chasing a few dollars.
So you moved. So you were basically, you just lived work, basically.
Yeah. I got every certification I could get. I had a goal. And that was to get into one of these tactical units. So I just kept going to school, going to every seminar, doing every online seminar, moving from state to state, chasing a few bucks, better benefits. I learned that once I got out of the metropolises, though, where the rents were really high, and started working and living in more rural areas, my cost of living went down, rent came down, I was able to save more money. I didn't buy my first house until I was 42.
Oh, wow.
And so I saved and saved and saved, but my first house was in rural lower Michigan, and it was $66,000. I fixed it up a little bit. I sold it for just over 100. I took that and I put it into the next house, and then I sold that one for like 100, and I made an additional 60 off, 100 over what I paid for it. Made like an additional 60,000. I just kept doing that with houses until I was able to almost buy my house in Florida cash.
Holy shit. Okay, so when you say so what part of the Army were you in, or the military, or what?
So I was in the 82nd Airborne, and I was a combat medic.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've had a pretty exciting life. I assume you got like the pension, the whole nine.
I didn't get a military pension. I didn't do 20 years, but I have a pension with the last department I worked with, which was about 50% of my top end pay. So my pension's about 50 grand.
Oh, that's still pretty good, though. That's still chill. And then right.
But I own my home. I have no debt.
Are you still able to like collect Social Security and everything when that time comes? Oh, you're gonna be big chilling.
Yeah, and I own my home free and clear. I don't.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, in Florida.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a big deal. Yeah,
right.
Down
insurance is ridiculous, but
yeah, one thing I wish I would have known is like, you can't go back in time, but let's just say I had the opportunity to pay this house off completely that I'm in, and I didn't realize that if I were to have paid the house off with the money I had, I wouldn't have had to pay. Instead, I basically just ended up shitting out the money anyways to taxes because I inherited some money. But I didn't realize that if I would have just paid my house off with that money, then I basically would have just paid like a much smaller percentage in taxes because I would have got like this huge credit, which is like crazy.
Now look, I was injured in the Army 11 times actually, but there's 4 main ones. So I'm a disabled veteran, and I don't have to pay property taxes in Florida.
What? You son of a bitch! They're huge, man. All right,
I know. So I can eat the higher insurance when I don't have to pay that.
So since you traveled so much, what was like family life like? Did you ever end up getting married, or have any kids or anything?
I'm on my third wife. Wife.
That makes sense.
So the Army killed the first marriage. Being deployed all the time, that didn't work out. Second one was short, not very sweet, maybe 18 months. And now my current wife, she just retired also. She was an RN for 30 years. And then at the end of COVID here, she's like, I'm done. I've had enough.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people got divorced during COVID. Like maybe everyone just had to stay home or something.
Well, we didn't get divorced. She divorced her career.
Oh, she divorced her career. She was like, I'm out. So
I'm done.
You're still with this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, good for you. That's awesome.
Yeah. And
That's
then
great.
you know, because she grew up in upstate New York, I grew up in northern Michigan, so we kind of did the same things, hung out on the lakes, skied in the winters, you know how that goes.
Oh yeah.
And then yeah, and both in the medical field, so you know we could relate.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you calling in, brother. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Is there one last thing you want to say before I let you go? Or
Yeah,
touch
don't be
things
afraid
out?
to move. Move
Don't
if
be
you got to
afraid
move.
to move. Got it.
Yeah, chase the money.
Actually, I really agree with that because I was terrified to move to California, but I'm glad I did it. I live back in Florida now, but I do think about that as we talked about earlier in the stream, like maybe relocating one of, and I don't know, maybe in the next, we'll see where things go, but it has been on my mind. It really
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
It is scary. It is scary to move.
Sure.
Fucking
Yeah, you
terrifying.
don't know anybody, but
Yeah, it's terrifying. But anyways, I really appreciate you calling in, brother, and thanks for
okay,
your
man.
generosity.
Love the show. Take care.
Thank you. Peace. This guy goes, inheritance is massive. Don't fuck it up, guys. Oh yeah, I fucked it up a little bit. A little bit. I didn't fuck up too bad. Like I still own the house. I'm okay. But I did. Hey, you know what? The saying's true. Give somebody a lot of money, watch what happens. And it wasn't that much money. Okay. At the end of it, it was about 100 grand. But still, like 100 grand, I had almost 50 grand already saved. Like that's big money. That's big shit. I felt like I'm rich. I don't even have to work anymore. Here's $1,000. Here's $1,000. Yeah, I went real Oprah. Let's just say that. Okay. We got a couple more people in here. Boom, boom, boom. Da da dee dee dee. I pay $1,600 for a 4-bedroom house with a massive yard. I'm booking it into 2025. Good for you. All right. Okay. All right. Who do we got next? All right. We got Lyric Baritone. What's going on, brother?
Just sorting tools. Tools. Yeah.
All right, man. So quick question. How old are you and where are you calling from?
42 and I'm from Wisconsin.
Oh yeah. You've called in before.
Yeah. We had a conversation before.
Right.
I would say that the work-life balance thing is really important, but I think what's more important is what also was mentioned earlier about the work being meaningful. I think AI is going to replace a lot of meaningless work for people, and they're going to be in a life crisis trying to figure out what meaningful work they can do. And part of that solution, I think, is to retool the schooling system. And I've mentioned this before on your channel, and making it a lab-based environment where when a child leaves after and becomes an adult through 12 years of schooling, they literally have a PhD in something where they know how to do something incredibly well and have a skill that, in my view, cannot be matched by artificial intelligence, because there is a certain level of human intelligence when you get to that level that AI simply is not going to be able to match, in my opinion. Now, as a society, if we allow AI to do everything, it's going to be game over.
Yeah,
and
I don't think I saw a lot of people commenting about the AI. I think it's just going to eliminate a lot of jobs people don't want anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we're going to figure out, someone else said, like, we're the master to AI. And it's like, yeah, we fucking run shit around here. All right. But I do think it's just going to make a lot of people, like, for instance, I've only been fired from a job once, but I remember just being like, I wanted to quit here weeks ago. I should have just went with my gut. And ever since that job, every time I was done with a job, I always put my 2 weeks in, except for one place. I put in more like a 4-hour notice. I was like, I'm going to be nice and finish up the shift because I like you as a manager, but I'm done. But I think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be kind of a good thing. Like maybe a good thing, but I feel like a lot of people who already don't like their jobs anyways, I think it's probably going to be best in the long run, where they'll be like, oh, thank God I don't have that job anymore.
Well, I would kind of disagree with you because the people who are pushing this artificial intelligence thing and also at the same time dumbing down the population of young people with all of the media and the personal electronics and the messaging that comes across a lot of that, like TikTok has destroyed minds. Millions of minds of youth has destroyed minds. These people have an agenda to depopulate the earth.
Yeah,
Like it is
they say this. It's a real thing.
it's a real thing. It's a real thing. So I just wanted to say one more thing before you move on to your last call-in. I'm actually going to be running for governor in 2026, and my agenda is to give a responsibility and accountability back to the people. Because at this point, what we have is a society that's careening towards you not having the freedom to keep not only what you earn in life without some jackboot thug putting a boot on your throat and being like, give me money.
Yeah.
And a lot of the large industrialized industries of and it's kind of a double entendre there. But the thing is, with these large embedded industries, they have set themselves up to be the master and commander of what we're allowed to do by putting these financial roadblocks in front of us. I would say just on a top of my head thought, if somebody came to me and said you have to pay a company money, and at any time that you have a problem with this said thing that you have coverage for, they can just drop you and raise your rates.
Yep.
Like, I think that's completely egregious. And the fact that you would even require everybody under threat of punishment financially and possibly being taken to a dungeon in torture cuffs, I would say that's completely egregious and antithesis to what the spirit of the creation of what we call America in this modern age since 1776. I think that's completely antithesis to what we're supposed to be, which is you're free, but you're accountable for what you do. So when there's real loss, injury, or harm, the punishment is severe. It's not just a slap on the wrist. You don't get off because you have political affiliation.
Well, dude, I've said this before. It's like, if you're a super uber wealthy person that's in any sort of government position, you're off limits. You could do anything. It's like you could do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, it's all backwards from what we're supposed to be, where it's like we the people. It's like now it's kind of like the opposite. It's like
so like businesses can get away with not paying any taxes, right, by manipulating paperwork. But regular people, they literally, unless they create another political entity, a business entity that's separate from their personage, right? Which is that's a whole nother discussion about the birth certificates and all that. Unless you do that, you literally there's no loopholes for you. There's no way for you to be like, hey man, I shouldn't have to pay this. So a few things that I'm going to be doing when I run for governor is I'm going to be bringing guns back into school, which means children are going to be taught about guns. They're going to learn how to use guns. MMA is going to become the state official sport because people need to learn how to fight because we don't know how to fight anymore. Little boys.
I think wrestling was like the closest thing that
wrestling
had, but not
as a combat.
But not every school had wrestling. That was that was like some premium school shit. That wasn't like
we're gonna get rid of property taxes for regular people. We're gonna eliminate the requirement for driver's licensing because the only reason that's in place is for federal highway money. And if it's done correctly with excise taxes, you don't need federal highway money to maintain the roads. Let's just get rid of the corruption. Let's open up the bidding process. Things like that.
The thing about driver's license, I'm gonna end on this note. We got 2 more people left. That it's hilarious. The driver's license is for people that are technically it's for people that are delivering goods or people. So it's like technically it's for a business. It's not actually just for you going to work or you going to your aunt's house or the grocery store. we've all been kind of duped into just going along with it. And I think we might be a little too far gone. Maybe I don't want to be pessimistic, but anyways, I agree with most of the things you said. Good
Yeah,
luck with
so-
the guns and school thing, but other than that,
it's absolutely critical, man, because people just don't understand, and you got to start with the youth and teach them. And like, I mean, there's all kinds of things. Like the schools are going to become, if I'm able to get this accomplished, if I become governor, the schools will become labs of learning and not places of indoctrination, and that's what we have now. So I just want to pump my channel. It's A Man's Way, Rules for Life. If people want to follow, I'm going to start posting there, reacting to certain things within Wisconsin. I might do some national stuff too, but my focus is there. If I can become governor and I can get these things implemented, I think it's going to start brush fires in the minds of men and women. And I think once that starts rolling, once that happens, and I can get in there and I can really start turning over the tables of these money changers and these big corporations that are looting the treasury of this nation, which is people's labor. It's gonna spread. It's gonna go crazy in a good way. But A Man's Way, Rules for Life, and I might end up changing the channel name. But if anybody wants to keep abreast or just subscribe, make the bell black so you get all the updates. But I think, Jack, what you're doing is great. It's just keep doing it, and the awareness part is super important. So keep allowing people to come on here and talk about things that they're passionate about, man.
I try and leave you guys the freedom to come on here and yap, flap your yappers and say what you got to say.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming on, brother. Good luck. Hopefully you become governor, man.
Yeah, you'll see it. I'm telling you right now.
All right, brother, man. Talk soon.
All right.
All right. Guns in school. Let's bring it back. I'm just kidding. Another 5 big ones from Josh. Thank you, brother. Moved to Ohio. We'll do a resell empire. Yeah, man. I sometimes I miss reselling. I know I'll be selling stuff in the future, products that I make or something. It'll happen. I'll be selling some shit. I was even thinking about, if I ever did start reselling like vintage stuff, I would just do it on my own site. And it would only be like, it wouldn't be a lot of stuff. It would be just more like cool items, like shit you see behind me here, or like leather jackets or something. Cause I love leather jackets, as you guys can tell. All right. We got 2 more people. We're going to start wrapping it up. We got Robbie coming in hot. Robbie, can you hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can, bro. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. Loud and clear, man. So, Robbie, how old are you and where are you calling from?
Yeah, so I'm 43. Right now, I'm on a business trip, so I'm in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Very nice. So all the topics at hand here tonight, anything kind of strike you want to talk about?
Yeah, definitely just the grind of, this whole American dream kind of thing that we all been kind of feeling the brunt and the weight of, trying to, provide for ourselves, maybe our families. It's become so damn hard, man. And I just recently started my own little business, about 6 months ago. And I had just went back to school for cybersecurity for a 2-year degree, got a job in it, making $80K a year.
Oh, nice.
And unfortunately, I got laid off like 6 months into the job, man.
So you made 40K. 6
yeah,
months.
I made 40K, right? I didn't even get to the 80.
Unreal.
So I had to go back home to Detroit. My dad works for a high profile celebrity, and they opened up a new bar, comedy club, restaurant in Detroit. And so I helped him with that, and then kind of got inspired to do my own thing. And so now me and my family, we moved to Nevada, and so I've been grinding. My wife homeschools. We homeschool our 4 kids. And
oh, that's awesome.
yeah. We changing the game, I got another celebrity friend. He's not in the industry no more, but he's, got his own farm in Michigan, and he's got, 5 daughters, and we spent time with him. And I'm seeing now that, and maybe to some of your listeners in here, don't give up, right? Keep working for your goals, but at the same time, I think things are going to get worse before they get worse.
They're definitely going to get. It's going to get shittier before it gets better. Absolutely.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah,
and we just got to batten down the hatches. Like today, I went to mass today. To give thanks and praise to God, because I know where my blessings come from, and why I'm able to do what I do. And I looked up and I saw, like, you know, I got a chance to meet some senior citizens and got a chance to talk with them. And I asked them about, you know, hey, like, you know, how you guys grind, you know, how do you deal with what's going on? And they say, you know, we just take it second by second, not even minute by minute. You know, we just thankful for just the next second, right? And that's how I just started living my life lately, man. Just, you know, moment to moment, whatever God allows to come to me, I'm grateful for it. And whether it's rain or whether it's sunshine. And I learned that I don't get high when people praise me, and I don't get low when people throw negative shade on me. I just keep it 100 and keep it going. And I really appreciate you, though, bro. You've been keeping me going on the road. I travel thousands of miles each month, and been listening to your videos. And one thing that stuck out about me, to me, about you, was how you take care of your dad, man. Like, that right there, bro, speaks volumes about the character and the man that you are. And that's
thanks,
one
man.
reason why I want to call in and to really just give my praise to you, bro. And to know that there's not a lot of people that do that, man. And you will be greatly rewarded from that.
Yeah, I mean, I have been. But recently, though, for the past 4 months, he has been in a senior care home.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got his own little apartment now. I see him every other day. I'm on a regiment. I go pick him up. I make sure he's changed. I still have to shower him because he's reckless and he's still physically able, so he won't let anybody touch him and stuff. So
Okay.
I still have to do that stuff, which I thought I was completely away from, but it's fine. It's better than him, you know, ruining my house or me worrying about the house getting burned down, stuff like that.
Right.
But real quick to backtrack, appreciate that. Thank you. But that's something I always hear if I ever hear like an interview of an older person, or even if I talk to an older person. By older, I mean like 70s and up, basically.
Yeah.
They always say the same shit, which I'm practicing this more. I used to be awesome at this. I used to be the best at living in the moment. But I found myself, I'd say the last 4 years, I find myself thinking so fucking much. Like I can never just be, I can do it, but for the most part, I find it really hard to just be right here. Like right now, I'm here with you guys hanging out,
Right.
but like just be in the moment. And like I went skateboarding last night, which I don't skate as much as I used to, but I'm trying to skate once a week. But last night it happened to me, and I just realized we're about an hour into skateboarding, and I just realized my mind was like totally blank. I was full blown monk. I was just full blown monk mode. Tony Hawk monk mode edition, and I was like, I need to do more of that.
Yeah.
I was like, I need more stuff. Like right now, this whole live stream, I'm just in the moment. It's awesome. It's great. But what happens to me is I find myself before bed in the morning, are the moments where like I just start having these, you start thinking about all this shit, and it's like why can't I just like enjoy my morning and worry about having some water and a coffee and like eating some food? Why am I worried about my retirement account right now? Or why am I worried about, is my YouTube channel doing well this morning? You know, or is my, you know, are me and my girlfriend going to work out? Just start thinking all these thoughts, like what's going to happen in 10 years? And that's something I realized talking with older people or listening to those interviews. I feel like you hit a level, and I can't wait till I hit it again, where I could just be, like you said, just in the moment, in the zone, and not like, for instance, last week, I'm at a function thing with some friends, and all I can think about is my next day and all the stuff I have to do. And is this video performing well? And, you know, like that's all I could think about. I couldn't even just be right there and just like black out, or not black out, but just like, why do I have to? And I think a lot of people are in that position, man. I think a lot of people.
Yeah, you're right. it is hard. It's really hard because we live in a society that we're inundated with so much information, so much, pressure to perform and to to what was you saying earlier, like leveling up and whatever the hell that means. And like we're in a video game or some shit and I got a Super Mario 1-up or something,
Yep.
like, and it's like, nah, like shit, I'm at the end of the day, I'm just, a regular guy just trying to take care of my family, man, and be good to those that I meet outside of my family. And and you know what? At the end of the day, that's okay. If that's all I can get in for the day, I'm good with it. Sure, I would like to make a lot of money and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do bad. But you know what I'm saying? It's okay. Like if I can get, like I said, some food on the table and shit, occasional pair of jeans that I need, then I'm a blessed man, and I don't need much. And I run into I hung in Hollywood. I've been around all the celebrities. I used to work in the entertainment industry. A lot of those people have some very sad lives, man. That people, I'm like, why the hell you trying to spend your life trying to be like this person? I met them. I'm hung out with them. Their life is really shit. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the cameras.
That's why I'm trying to, with what I'm doing here, I don't ever want to end up being, I'm going to let you go after this. I got one last guy. YouTube changed, I think the name is. Just, I'm getting to you next. I've kind of made a decision the last like 2 weeks, really thinking about what's happening here and this opportunity that I got. And I've came to the conclusion that I never want to be, I mean, I can't control how big the channel gets.
Right.
I can't control that. But I'm never going to be the guy who's touring for 6 months doing stand-up. I'll do shows, but I'm never going to be the guy who's just chasing work and just like you see some of these cats. There's these comedians out here, like these Burt Kreischer guys and these other dudes, and they talk about all they care about is selling out arenas, tour. I've got 4 podcasts, and I'm like, dude. But I realized no shade to them at all. Do your thing.
You're right.
But I'm looking at it like, I'm like, I kind of want the opposite of that. I kind of want, I don't want to be just, that's like, I may as well just sign up for a fucking 7 days a week in an office at that point. That's something I've realized with myself is like, I've never just I chased the money once in my life and it did not work out for me. Doing this, I'm not chasing money. Like, I don't care. I could make, if I made 20 grand next month, I'm not gonna, there's not gonna be anything different other than future Jack can possibly retire. That's it. There's nothing. I'm not gonna buy a Porsche. I'm not gonna buy a jet. I don't care. I just don't. I just want the peace of mind.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyways, before I let you go, Robbie,
before you let me go, just pass it once to me, bro. Just
take it.
All
Be
right.
But real quick, bullet point. What business did you start and what's your goals for it, just to put it out in the ether?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So I started a consulting business. I visit a lot of different clients and pretty much do audits for them. And I just signed a new contract with another company to do business trainings for the company's employees and stuff. So giving training seminars. And then I also do voiceover work as well, like audiobook narrations.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, man. Hey, best of luck to you. I hope all the success.
All right. If I'm ever in Florida, man, please. I'll come under the bridge with you.
Yeah. Holla at me.
Right.
All right, man. Cool guy. We got one last cat. We're going to wrap this up. Dude, Steve goes, Jack, do you have any videos of you skating back in the day? Yeah, I put out a montage of like a decade's worth of skate footage of me on my channel. It's called I Used to Skateboard. So if you click videos on my YouTube and hit most popular, it's going to be the least popular video towards the bottom. It's got the least amount of views. I think it got a lot less really low views because of the song I used. It's restricted in like 20 countries or some shit. But I was like, I'm picking this song. I don't care about the money. So yes, or you can go to my Instagram, scroll all the way down to the bottom. This one goes, Kieran goes, man, I just started watching your videos a month or so ago. I absolutely love your content. I think you're an awesome, fun guy. Keep it up. I'm 17 years old and think your videos are amazing. Wow. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. 17, he gets it. He gets it, you know? Some people, you either get it or you don't. All right, we got the last guy of the night. YouTube changed my life. What's going on, brother? How we doing?
What's going on, Jack? I don't know if you can hear me and see me.
We hear you and we see you.
Awesome. I got the AirPods in.
So
So
real
Go ahead.
quick, how old are you and where you from? And then we could get
43.
Right.
I'm from California. Grew up in Anaheim, but now I live in Greenville, South Carolina.
all right.
Yeah. So I'm a truck driver. I resonate with you because I was in the service industry for 12 years.
Oh man, what were you? Front of the house?
Bartending, yard house, high volume bars in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Oh wow,
So-
12 years. Yeah, that's about as long as
Yeah.
I was in. Yeah.
Resonate with you because of that. And then the Florida thing, you're right below me in South Carolina. But I love your channel, man. And with the whole posting daily thing, man, like my channel has changed my life, man. I made $45,000 in 1 month on YouTube.
Holy
So-
shit.
I got a pretty good trucking channel. I'm a truck driver. I'm actually driving right now. Pulled over because I knew that you'd be bringing me on, hopefully. But I deliver freight all over the Southeast, and I just started a YouTube channel, and it changed my world, man. Bought a second house.
It took off, huh?
Took off. So I started with like 800 subscribers, and then it went to I have 170,000 now.
Holy
It's
shit.
crazy.
Good
It's crazy,
for you.
man. So I'm telling you, stick with it. It'll go up and down. The biggest thing I
yeah.
tell other YouTubers is just don't read into the comments, man. Don't read. Some of these people are never gonna be happy.
Oh,
That's the
you know
thing.
what? I've set a schedule for me now because I
Yeah.
go through my comments, but I only do it there's
Like,
2 days
five-
a week.
Yeah.
That's it.
Go through it
hold on,
5-10 minutes.
I'm freezing. Well, no, I'll go through and because I like to use your guys' comments for
Yeah,
actual
I've seen that.
content because it's well, one, no one's doing that, and two,
Yeah.
it's fun. And sometimes, and a lot of times, you guys say some really good shit that I go, damn, I wish I thought of that.
Yeah.
And so I've like sucked it up. I went 1 week without reading any of the comments. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna not acknowledge any bad ones. I'm just gonna. I heart them. I heart all of them because I want to
Let them know you saw it. Let them know you saw it.
Yeah, but I'm mostly kind of. I'm kind of skimming, and then I make sure I always like when I see a real good comment. I'm pretty
Yeah.
good at skimming now and seeing if something's good or not, or if something's kind of bullshit.
And sometimes you'll
But-
see the same person always commenting, and I will just hide them. People
Yeah.
don't realize you can just hide them because they're never going to be happy.
Yep.
Get them out of there. Get them out of your mind. So
But the good comments outweigh the bad comments.
They
and
do,
I love
do.
you guys for that.
yeah.
And you know what? I know that even if I respond to these people, most people like they don't really give two fucks. But
Yeah.
I look at it like I'm willing to do that extra work if it helps me
Yeah.
get to where and I'm already there. That's why
you're growing, man. I started watching you
already-
like 18,000 subs, and you're up to 40 almost. Like it'll keep going, dude.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and like I said before with the money shit, right?
Mhm.
I don't care, and I understand it's going to be up and down. I get that. I've dealt with that most of my life.
Me too.
So I've learned how to go. All right, this next 3 months, I'm going to really rake it in, and I got to be super smart and stack that capital because I know that these next months are going to be total shit.
Mhm.
So I'm so used to that's kind of already ingrained in me where I'm like, great month,
Yeah.
cool. I don't know what next month's going to be like, so I can't just go and fuck off. I guess I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
a little bit, but not. crazy
It gets
stuff.
you out of the algorithm though. It gets you out of the top posts, because like for a little
Oh.
bit out, you weren't posting, you weren't popping up my top of my feed, and I'd have to search your name
Well,
for a little bit.
that's something I've had to talk with a couple of other YouTubers about,
Mhm.
and not to talk shop with you guys, but we're gonna end on this note anyways.
Mhm.
But like, just so you guys know where like my head's at when you guys watch this shit, I know that why I started this is because I have this strange ability to resonate with people and click with people. Even in real life, it's like I could just meet you aisle 3 at a Walgreens.
Yeah.
And we're snap, crackle, pop, baby. We're going. I got them. I'm tickling their funny bone. I got them locked in. Never see them again. But like, so I know that I'm that kind of person where I'm like, I know that down the road, even if somebody doesn't watch me for a while, there's a high probability that they will probably type my name
Yeah,
in.
I searched you. I
At,
was like, "Where's he been? Is he not making
at,
content, or what happened?"
yep.
Yep.
At some point, that's kind of like one thing that I'm really grateful for, because I know a lot of people. I've talked to a few YouTubers where they really rely heavy just on the content itself. And what I mean by that is they're afraid to post stuff that has nothing to do with that main topic, because they feel that people are just coming there for the topic, and that could be the case. But like, that's one thing I'm grateful for, where I'm like, I know that if people end up just liking me, even if they don't watch me for 6 months, a year, at some point, I feel like they're, because I
They'll
do
find
that.
you again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I do
they'll
that with
find
a
you again.
few. There's like 4 or 5 YouTubers that I do that with. I don't even wait for their content to pop on my phone. I just go, who do I want to watch right now? And
Yep.
I type their name in, because I can't rely on them popping in my feed. It's like,
Yep. There's so many things that pop in there.
yeah, some of these dudes are totally fucking out there. Like, I don't even think they're gonna get promoted,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, but one last thing besides YouTube stuff. So, with you being on the road, how long you been trucking now?
So that's what made my YouTube blow up. I've been trucking since 2018, and I just kind of went straight into it and started my company and bought my own truck. It was sink or swim, and I made it happen. So,
Oh wow!
yeah.
So you got your own truck. That's a big deal.
Bought my first truck, sold my personal Tundra to pay for the down payment on the truck, made it happen for 2 years, and then used YouTube money. This truck I'm sitting in right now, YouTube paid for it.
Holy shit!
But I saved my money, like you said. You have to save for the rainy day. So
No, you really have to.
when YouTube was stacking, I was stacking, and I started investing back into YouTube. So I bought the truck that every trucker wants, like the Cadillac of trucks. And then I kept going. So, and I got like a family life and that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So,
Yeah.
all right. So let me. So you're trucking. YouTube pops off, but that's sick, because I've talked to a bunch of people who are like, I talk about internet money, and I'm like, okay, internet money could be a bunch of things. You could sell stuff. You could do content. There's you go psychopath and do day trading.
Yeah.
I have know nothing about, but people do it. Talked to some guy about a bunch of ETFs and stuff recently. Super helpful information that I just didn't really think about.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many ways to make some extra coin, and it's just, I think it's it sucks, but at the same time, it's awesome that we can do something like this. And even, for instance, like this AC guy, I don't know him personally, but he has a full-blown air conditioning company, and he started a YouTube channel, and all it did was build up his AC company even more. And then, like, yeah, is the guy famous? No, but is he making an extra $5,000 a month on YouTube? Yes.
Free advertising.
There you go. Yeah.
That's it, man.
And I know a lot of, like, so last question. So what made you go, I want to start a YouTube channel? Was it something that was always sitting on your mind?
Dude, you would never believe it, but so in trucking, these big companies that pay a little bit better than the crappy companies, they want you to have a year experience. So I was going to just document my life. And so I went to YouTube to like say I had a year experience. Come to find out, they didn't care nothing about that. They just wanted you to like drive for somebody else for a year, another company. So I just kept the YouTube going. My engine blew on my first truck about a year and a half in, and I rebuilt it myself. And that just like blew me up. I got like 10,000 subs a month.
Oh,
and
wow.
I just kept going, and the money kept going. It went from $500 a month on the 21st of every month. You know about that?
21st, baby. Yep.
So it's coming soon. So then I was like $3,000 a month, and I started telling my wife, like, man, this is going to pay all of our bills, like our mortgage and everything we got. And then it went to 10 grand, then it went to 25 grand, then it went to 40 grand a month. And I was like, this is insane. I can't imagine how much Rogan's making.
I tried explaining this because I truly don't care about getting rich. I don't. That's the funniest part.
Just want to pay my bills.
Thank you.
But I want to pay my bills.
Just how you said, you looked at your wife and said, I think this is going to be,
this is going to be okay.
I tried, because when I got with my girlfriend a year and a half ago, there was no success on this whatsoever. I wasn't even doing it. But I told her on our first date, like, just so you know, I'm going to be a public figure. I go, it might sound nuts, okay, but it's kind of something that I've accepted that's going to happen in my life. It just hasn't happened yet. But just so you know, if we're going to do this long term, you just need to understand that, because we had to have some hiccups because of this shit.
Well, I watched that one thing where you said you went to sat down at dinner and brought up a story about her uncle or somebody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Came back on you.
Oh, bro.
Came back on you. I tell people, like, I am YouTube. So if you don't want to be on film, just let me know. And I won't film you.
Dude, I've learned my lesson heavy on that one. Let's just say that.
Let them know.
Oh. But also, I also had to have the talk like, hey, this is entertainment. I know it could, you know, I'm real honest with people and I do all that, but you got to remember most of them do not care. Like, yes, people like it. They're great.
Or they want to be. Or they want to be on it.
Yeah. I go, so just, you know, try to have the understanding that it's entertainment, but I also have the understanding that I'm going to watch what information I choose to pick and use.
Yeah.
But that's something I had to talk to my girlfriend about. We'll end on this note, but I had to tell her, I said, look, you know, this is like an opportunity here where, you know, I can't give you guaranteed numbers, but let's just say this could kind of set things up for the rest of my life.
And you have your own time, you have your own work schedule.
Or our
time schedule.
Yeah. But also she's not in this like a lot of people don't realize that. I get a lot of people hit me up like, hey, how much do you make with 30,000 subs? Yeah. And or when I tell them I'm full-time, they go, you're full-time with 30,000 subs? Like, how is that possible? And I'm like, dude, you wouldn't think so, right? I go, most people don't. But same thing with my girlfriend. I kind of like, I don't really like talking too much about finances, but 1 month I just had to tell her, look, I just want you to see this real quick, just so you get a grasp.
Yeah.
Understanding.
Because your views, I have 170,000 subs, and I got a lot of my subs during COVID when people were bored watching nothing but trucking. I get a little bit same views as you, and I have 170,000 subs. You think about that. It's about people watching. It's about people watching the whole video.
Yes.
It's about people being engaged, watching the whole thing.
Yeah. So I basically had to tell her, I was like, look, just so you know, like, I'm never, because she's not the kind of person, she doesn't want a mansion, none of that stuff. Right.
Yeah.
And I tried telling her, I'm like, look, just so you know, I don't want this. I'm not shooting for fame and fortune.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm like,
pay the bills.
I go, I just want to do what I'm really good at for a living. And if I do it correctly, I could probably maybe retire, you know? Yeah. And so that was one thing that was kind of like, hey, you just need to understand what we have going on here. And I understand we had this hiccup, and it's still fucked. Like, it's still not good. It's been like 3 months. Family
gets bad, dude.
I'm still in the doghouse. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But it would be stupid of me not to continue with this because of what. Look, we're gonna end on this note. But I said this recently because I was so just blown away by it. I said, we put somebody's GoFundMe up and I plugged them for 5 videos and we raised them $2,500 with this small of a channel.
The power of YouTube, man.
That was the Anthony guy. Okay. For everybody who wanted to know about Anthony, his wife got the job. Their GoFundMe exceeded their expectations. Bills are paid. Kids fine. Landed a job. Wow. But then that led another guy who works with nonprofit to go, hey, here's some money. Do a giveaway.
Yep.
So we just hooked somebody up. Then that led another guy saying, hey, I want to give money to a stranger too. Then he matches the 200 and gives it to somebody else who's living in their car.
That's right, man. Keep just donuts.
And I'm sitting here like, I don't care if it's not the best business practice on my end. Like, this is awesome. The fact that I can do some like charity shit that I would do closed doors, but now other people who are generous or just feel like giving are going, and I'm not even taking the money. I'm like, here's their phone number.
Yeah, go to them.
I go contact them.
Yeah,
people helping people. Churches.
Well, people see when you're genuine, man. That's why we like you. You came from a service industry background. You're helping your family. You're helping your dad, and we resonate with you. So that's it. So when I'm driving down the road, you got to think about it. A lot of truckers have a lot of time on their hand, man. They'll be listening to you.
I'm sure they got a
So,
lot of
A
time.
lot of time.
Hey, man, well, so is YouTube Changed My Life? That's your channel name?
No, my name's Just Trucking. My name's Justin, and I just put Just and Truck together. So if you type in Just Trucking, you'll see my whole family, my whole life. Just JUSTTRUK or CKIN, no G. You'll see it. Type in JUSTT.
Just Trucking.
There you go.
Hey, I'm subscribing right now, man. I really appreciate you.
Jack.
I'm gonna leave all these guys' YouTube channels down below in the on the replay if you guys want to check them out. Justin, I really appreciate you calling in, man.
Appreciate your content, man.
Hey,
we'll do a live together one time, all right?
Hey, mother trucker. You
Thanks,
son of
man.
a gun. All right,
Take
brother.
care, brother.
Later, man. All right. Jack's manifested this channel. You can manifest happiness if you understand manifestation. Yeah. I know. It's real. Just when you think the crystal chicks are nuts. Jack always interacts with his subscribers and stuff, which is cool. Just a regular dude. I'm just a regular dude who happens to know how to make people laugh and break stuff. It's classic. All right, guys, my ears are hurting from this shit. I'm topped off. It's game over. Take a hit. Chill it out. God, hell of a talk. Good stuff. I really appreciate everyone being here. All of your generosity means the world. God, just, hell of a talk. Enjoy your nights, guys. Seriously. Unreal. Good talk, guys. I'll see you sometime this week. It'll be a good time.